for another Region 9 victory. Warriors come in 1-1 in region play. Two proud, historic programs on a Friday night that'll finish under the lights. Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson with you. It's our Homes game of the week. Appreciate Homes, quality homes. They're now selling lots, townhomes, and single-family homes in the beautiful new desert color. And we have got a good one on tap, Andy, as we want to officially welcome everybody in to our St. George Topper pregame show.
Absolutely. This has been a great game over the last 5 or so years. Snow Canyon plays Dixie really well, even when Dixie's at the height of their powers, and they continue that tradition this year, being 2-0 in region play. Snow Canyon has had, I don't want to say a disappointing season, but a disappointing game last week, I think, against Desert Hills. A lot of Snow Canyon fans think this is the year. I mean, this is the year that they can get up to win Region 9 or be top 2 at least going into the RPI playoffs. They got all the talent back from last year. On paper, I think one of the most talented teams in the region, but they've got to prove it tonight that they can hang and beat the best team so far in Region 9. That's the Dixie Flyers, and that's obviously a huge, huge challenge, especially for that defense.
Yeah, Reggie Graff has been unbelievable this year, slicing and dicing defenses. He's averaging 17 yards a throw, and he's going to be our Stilson Star Watch player tonight. We're going to look at both quarterbacks, in fact, and look at Landon Fry. Landon Fry over the summer got a college scholarship to play baseball at the University of Utah, but he loves to play the game of football. He's still an underclassman, and he is a gamer, and they're going to need him to be great, and he's going to have to try to match Reggie Graff, and Snow Canyon's going to win this game.
Yeah, you know, Coach Espen is an old-school guy. He wants to run the ball. He wants to bring his defense to every away game. They've got Beathers. They've got Stone to run it. They've got some athletes to throw it to, like Jace Mendenhall, like Nowatzki when he's on the offensive side of the ball. And, of course, Landon Fry, who's one of the best overall athletes in all of Region 9. They got to put together a full game tonight and show that they can throw it a little bit against Dixie, because I don't think you're going to be able to run it for 250 yards and win this game in an old-school 3 yards and a pile of dust type style. They're going to have to be able to trust their quarterback and third downs to convert for you, throwing it down the field, and out-dueling Dixie, because I don't know. Dixie's offense this year seems too good to beat like a 13-10 game or keep them to less than 20 points, because they have been just putting up fireworks pretty much every game so far this year.
Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson hanging out. They're getting set to do our national anthem, and we're going to have lots of time after that to break down this game. We're going to get you our Camping World keys to the game. We'll take a look at our Sky Mountain starting lineups, plus so much more as we get closer to kickoff tonight. Snow Canyon, the visiting team, and they're here at Flyer Field to take on Dixie High School. 2-minute timeout for our national anthem. We continue to get you ready and want to welcome you in on CEC TV, 97.7 ESPN, or those watching online on sportsradio977.com. Don't go away. We'll take a timeout, pay respects to our great country, and then more pregame presented by St. George Topper on the backside of this timeout.
Dude, we've been here forever. They're about to close the store. Would you just pick something already?
I just want to look good, you know. It's season 2 of Trailblazer Weekly. I just want to make sure I get the right ones.
Look at all this great stuff they have here at the Dixie State Campus store. No matter what you choose, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm just going to go with the first one.
Catch the Season 2 premiere of Trailblazer Weekly on Wednesday, August 14th at 3 p.m. Presented by the Dixie State Campus Store.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars.
Wow.
But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel, someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, fun
Network.
Hey, welcome back, everybody. This is the St. George Topper pregame show. Devin Dixon and Andy Thompson with you here. Always do a great job with the color guard. Always do a great job as the student choir singing our national anthem. And a lot of fun here tonight as both these teams get ready to go. The Snow Canyon Warriors, Andy, they got their luau gear out. They've got quite the student body section dressed with the Hawaiian theme tonight. So it's going to be important for the Warrior fans over there, that student section, to make some noise for their beloved Warriors.
Absolutely. They got to give it all they can in their little hula skirts over there in the sun. They fit it in with that sun beating down on them, catching some rays on hula night here at Dixie Flyer Field.
Let's take a look at our Camping World keys to the game. And, Andy, let's tab a couple keys for Snow Canyon.
Yeah.
Obviously, disappointing loss last week to Desert Hills, and they're going to try to correct some things and make sure that doesn't happen 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that they've got to try to sustain the run. I think Beathers and Stone have to combine to outduel Preston Moore, and Moore has been a horse this year for the Flyers. Coming into the year without a lot of people knowing about him, he's been the man running through people, running around people, and running past defensive backs into the end zone for the Flyers. He's been awesome. I think Stone and Beathers have got to match that. And on the other side of the ball for Snow Canyon, they've got to put guys in the box and stop the zone read. Anyway, you know Dixie's going to be able to throw on you. You've got to stop Reggie Graff and Preston Moore when they do the zone read, and Graff just keeps it between the tackles. That is their bread and butter play, especially on third downs. Graff can take it on draws. He can take it on that inside zone. You've got to have guys in the box enough to overwhelm them with numbers, and so they can't do that on key situations, especially in the red zone. But the flip side of that is when they throw it, I think it's going to be fun to watch tonight. Nowatzki versus Tracy Simmons. Those two are two of the biggest, best athletes in the region this year, the most physical guys, and I think we're going to see a couple 50-50 balls between them that are going to be really fun to watch.
Yeah, maybe we should make that our Stilson Star Watch tonight, brought to you by Stilson Central Vacuum. Go check them out. And for a healthier, cleaner home, built right in, think Stilsons. Learn more at stilsons.com. Captains are getting ready to go out on the field. Last-minute warm-ups here. We got about 5 minutes before the kickoff here inside our St. George Topper pregame show as we've got a couple of keys. Did we get to Dixie's keys yet? Let's take a look at the Flyers' keys. They're missing Blaze Wade. That was unfortunate. Desert Hills game. They lose him for the season. He, after the first couple of weeks, was leading the team in tackles, and that's a huge loss for Coach Barry on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, absolutely. He's in the backfield all the time this year. Such a physical kid and knows the defense so well. Him being out, Keelan Washington being out at the defensive back position. Talk about a physical, not only a good pass defender, but he gets up and sticks people in the run game. Having him out is a big deal for the Flyers. So there's going to be some new faces in there that need to step up. But that's kind of par for the course for Coach Barry this year. A bunch of new guys teaching him a new system, that 4-3, and everybody's kind of stepped up, and they've been awesome this year. But specifically against Snow Canyon, they've got to figure out a way to put pressure on Fry and chase him down when he runs out of the pocket and not let receivers get past him when plays break down and he improvises.
Both the captains are out there at midfield getting ready for the toss with our head official, Gene Van Orden, tonight. His crew, one of the veteran crews, do a great job officiating high school sports. See Reggie Graff and Preston Moore and Tyler Walden. Tyler Walden's been getting a lot more snaps on the offensive side of the ball once we got into region play. They were kind of cautious, didn't see a lot of snaps on offense, using him exclusively as a safety on defense, which is probably his ticket to the next level. But last couple of weeks, Tyler Walden's starting to break out on both sides of the ball.
Yeah, you get it to him in space or on that seam route. He can run past people. He's been incredible offensively and defensively. But I agree with you, and I expect that again tonight with a good defensive secondary that Snow Canyon brings to the table. I think that Walden's going to get plenty of targets tonight as they deferred, and Snow Canyon deferred, and Dixie will receive.
Yeah, Brock Nowatzki is got a hurt right foot. He is actually not going to play tonight. He's out there as a captain. I just noticed this. We did not get word prior to the kick, but you can see he's got a cast as he's walking off the field. That's a huge loss for Snow Canyon on both sides of the ball.
That is brutal. I just found that out too. Obviously, right now as he's walking off, that's a guy that has been the heart and soul of their defense.
Yeah, that's a big blow there for the Snow Canyon Warriors on the road. Those are your Camping World keys to the game. We'll circle back and check them out again inside our halftime report, but we close in on kickoff. You look around the region. I know you and Rustin just had Region 9 live, and Nolan Perry's power guide, he doesn't think any of these other games are going to be very close tonight, including this one. He's got Dixie as 3-touchdown favorites in this game.
I disagree with him on this game. The other ones, it's understandable why he would have them at such a wide margin. I think the Hurricane Desert Hills game might be a decent game for at least a couple quarters. Hurricanes playing their best football of the year. They're going to need an amazing, miraculous effort to obviously beat Desert Hills. But I think they could stay with them with the confidence and the mojo that they're rolling with after their first win. Maybe keep it a game for a couple quarters.
All right. We got both these teams ready to go. The crowd is great. They had a big tailgate down below the field. Obviously, you guys were here for Region 9 Live, and Snow Canyon fans still filtering into the stadium. Still pretty hot, but it's cooled down a little bit this week in southern Utah as the Flyers, there's Tracy Simmons out there high-fiving one of his big linemen as they get ready to go. The officials having a couple more words down there at the stripe. Andy, final thoughts before we kick this off. We hope it's a good one. We always get here in Region 9, and I always say this, expect the unexpected. Do you think should we expect the unexpected tonight?
Expect the unexpected. I expect a tight one. I think it's going to be a one-possession game or maybe 10 points or something like that. These two teams traditionally play close, and Coach Esplin does a good job dialing up the defense against Coach Monkers.
All right, we'll get you the Sky Mountain starting lineups and as we get the offense and the defense out there. Snow Canyon did win the toss. They deferred to the second half, so they will kick off. They'll be working right to left, and Matthew Van Gills, their kicker, getting set to place the ball down. And then for Dixie, you got a couple speedsters back there deep. That is that's Shaquille Mitchell, as well as Christopher Schultz, I believe.
Yeah.
Those two guys can get the job done in the return game. And that's the other area that, might want to throw into our Camping World keys to the games. Field position and the turnover battle. In a crosstown rivalry like that, extra possessions, good field position should go a long way. Roger Christensen, the BA announcer, longtime announcer of the Flyers, trying to fire up this crowd. They put 12 minutes on the clock. It's Friday night, Region 9, ready to go to battle. One of 4 games going and kicking off right now as we speak. Van Gil's getting ready. And as soon as the officials will line it for play. Van Gil's a right-footed kicker. And let's play some Region 9 football on a Friday night. Kick is into the air, and a good kick. And that's going to go into the end zone for a touchback as Mitchell will grab it about 5 yards deep.
We've seen this Dixie Flyer offense as the starters come out onto the field. Kind of some possessions they'll go run 80% of the time. Other possessions they come out passing right away. I think against this defense, I wouldn't be surprised if they come out with something a firework home run style play in the first or second play.
Reggie Graff's thrown for over 800 yards and only a couple of interceptions this year. I think he had 5 misfires, and 3 of them came week 1 against Springville. So he has been really efficient with the ball after week 1. Put a man in motion, Schweitzer, they'll give it to him. He's going to mosey around, have a little room, continue to go all the way to the sideline, driven out of bounds, tackle on that far sideline after a gain of almost 7.
And the corners like Franklin, Urias, and Cole Warner have their work cut out for them tonight on the edges. Dixie prides themselves in the receivers getting out and pushing defensive back stock blocking. They love that bubble stuff. They love the stretch sweeps around the edges. These DBs for the Warriors have to be extra physical tonight.
All right, here comes Reggie Graff, second down and a long 3 after the nice run. And they're going to go jet sweep. Almost the same play coming this way, but that time Schweitzer is brought down in the backfield. Beautiful backside tackle by Wesley Tananua.
Beautiful job coming off that pursuit. Great cutback, I thought, by Schweitzer, and a good kick-out block by the end there. But the linebacker comes, puts his helmet on the hip, brings him down to the turf.
Tananua there with the stop. He is 6-foot junior. And they're going to go right up the middle to Preston Moore. Hit immediately and dropped. Coming in to make that stop was Carson Hansen. And it depends on the spot. I think it's enough for a Fabulous Freddy's first down, and it looks like it will be enough to move the chains.
Yeah, good push. And look at that second level up on Ta'uanu. And Preston Moore is a lunch pail type running back, lowers his shoulder, gets the first down.
Flyers want to script about 75, 80 plays a game. They don't go as fast as some of the high-octane colleges, but they do go quick for a high school team as they're already snapping here on 1st and 10. Reggie's going to take a shot down the field, trying to go down the left sideline, fade route, jump ball, and it is to Simmons. No, actually, that is not to Simmons. I think that was actually to Christopher Schultz, and Schultz could not bring it in and stay in bounds. It's incomplete.
And step for step on that corner was Cole Warner with him all the way as Simmons lined up as a tight end and ran down the seam. Schultz did a go route as well. I think it was all goes. And good coverage there by Warner on that right side.
So 2nd down and 10 for the Dixie Flyers. 10:23 on the Bloomington Country Club clock. Remember, we'll be back over to Bloomington Country Club on Monday night as we've got another Monday night football party. You're all invited. It's open to the public. The pool is open and free to the public as well. Hope to see you there. Graff going to throw the deep out route. It's caught. This time it is Tracy Simmons, and that's going to be 11-yard pickup and another Fabulous Freddy's.
First down, and that is the money play for the Dixie Flyers with Simmons, with receivers going back to Brett Barbin 3 or 4 years ago. Run to the sticks, turn around. They're so in sync and on time. Graff throws the ball before the break's even made by Simmons over there. Too much of a cushion on the outside and an easy pitch and catch. And Simmons fakes like he's going deep and then puts his heel into the dirt and turns to the sideline.
Not a score yet in this game, but we've already had a score in Region 9 football. Get you a Hearst Ace Hardware Region 9 update in just a minute. But first, they did mark him short of the line to gain. That's a bad spot. But Moore's going to get a 2-yard pickup and now a first down. How did they not give him forward momentum?
That's what I was. I thought it was clearly a first down.
It didn't take long. Colby Meek takes a pitch, beats the defense of Canyon View, 65-yard run on the first play from scrimmage, and Cedar High School looking for some revenge from last year. They lead over Canyon View 7-0, 20 seconds into that game.
Great blocking up front there by Slade Kolb, getting up to the linebacker position to get that first down.
Here comes the snap to Graff. He's in the pocket. Lots of time. High, soft touch throw coming down to Tyler Walden, and it's incomplete. Might have been broken up at the last second, and making a good play on the ball was Franklin Urias.
Yeah, Urias was beat on the play by about 2 or 3 yards as Walden just runs a go route, runs past the guy, ball's underthrown, and I think just a little bit more on that would have been a touchdown.
Hard to throw past Tyler Walden. Let him turn on those jets and go get it. So now here is another play. They're going to look to the air. Graff hit, but he got rid of it and actually gave it up to Preston Moore instead. Play action with the empty hand and a nice gain across midfield into Snow Canyon territory to about the 47-yard line.
Yeah, good looking draw here. He's going to put it in the gut of Moore, fake the pass, and nobody's in the box when he hands it to him. Easy gain for Moore.
Really simultaneous, the fake throw while he handed that ball off. Fooled me. Reggie Graff now is going to have to scramble. He's under pressure here. It's 3rd and 3. Now he gets away, throws on the run, going down the field and overshot his man who kind of cut off the route. That was Tracy Simmons.
Yeah, Simmons held up. Graff ran around 2 Warrior defensive linemen who got pretty good pressure on him on this play, and you can't allow Graff a second chance. He's going to roll out and gun it down the field. Had Simmons kept going, that's another big missed opportunity this series for the Flyers to get a touchdown on a deep pass.
So the Flyers, Reggie Graff, who's also the punter, going to drop back. Will he indeed kick it? Yes, he will. It's a low-line drive kick. Lands at about the 18. Going to roll down inside the 5, and it's stopped, and it is a touchback. Right on the goal line. They cannot stop the momentum. Schweitzer was down there, and it's going to be a touchback, and that's going to be a 20-yard plus gain for the Warriors. That's a lot more likable starting position there for Landon Fry in the offense.
Schweitzer's there. He stared at the ball and just kind of hesitated a little bit, tried to lay it down, and then it just kind of rolls, touches that white, and that's a touchback.
Heck of an effort by Schweitzer. Just need to hit it back a little harder, didn't you?
Yeah.
Trying to pin him as deep as you possibly could there. Friday night, temperatures in the mid to upper 90s. But it's cooled off since this week compared to the last couple.
Yeah, nice.
Now into week 5 of the Region 9 football season. Here is number 9, Landon Fry. Quarterback. Sidecar out of the gun. To his left is Bretton Stone, and now we've got a stoppage. Look at some of the Sky Mountain starting lineup. Got a timeout taken here, Andy?
Yeah, timeout Snow Canyon.
Okay. Well, must have saw something they did not like, and it's an Intercap Lending timeout. Intercap Lending specializes in no and low money down options. First-time home buyers, jumbo loans, reverse mortgages, they can cover it all at Intercap Lending. Are you surprised there on the timeout?
Yeah, I mean, that's first play of the game, and what I think is going to be a tight one. You hate to waste a timeout in the first quarter, but obviously something wasn't set offensively, or they saw something weird on defense, I guess. Always hate using a timeout that early.
Well, keep it right here. Let's check on some of the Sky Mountain starting lineup and remind you to hit it to the sky, the beautiful Sky Mountain. I know the Region 9 golfers had a tournament out at Sky Mountain yesterday. Course is in great shape for the peak fall season. And if you need a tee time out at Sky Mountain, call 435-635-7888.
Yeah, your skilled positions, Jace Mendenhall at the slot, Kyler Stewart at wide receiver as well as Cole Warner, Bretton Stone at running back with Landon Fry as the signal caller.
And a good offensive lineup in front of Fry. It's going to be a quick hitch, and it's complete into the flat out across the 25. And Cole Warner is going to finally be brought down right near the sticks, near the 30-yard line. Just pins on the spot. And it's going to be second down, just short of the first down.
And I like coming out throwing on that first play. Good block on the outside there by Jace Mendenhall to allow for the really good 9-yard gain on first down for the Warriors.
Yeah, that block is on Tyler Walden. And it looks like Tyler Walden is matched up on Cole Warner. Cole Warner, of course, had a great basketball season, about 6'3", great all-around athlete, also plays on the soccer team, one of the rare three-sport stars. Now run up the middle of Bretton Stone, and he is stone-walled. Did he get to the 30? I think he did. I think it's just going to be enough for a Fabulous Freddy's first down.
Yeah, he ran into a blue wall, but his momentum carried him just over the line to gain here. And that's going to be a huge challenge. Look at just the big hog mollies up front and that 4-3, four-down lineman, and then you have Nolan Mahi eating you up at the linebacker position.
Nolan Mahi, only about 5'10", but he can pack some punch. Senior linebacker Mahi gets credit for that tackle. Out of the gun is Fry, 7:07 and ticking. This Snow Canyon team not in a hurry. Flyers showing blitz. Fry puts a man in motion, runs the zone read, keeps it. And he's going to get about a 4 or 5 yard gain. Nice little nifty run as he got outside by Landon Fry. Good blocks on that left side by the Snow Canyon Warriors front.
Absolutely, and good patience by Fry pre-snap. He saw the blitz from Maycock coming and goes right at it with the read, leaves him unblocked, and allows the option. I had a pitch man, but decided just to keep it himself to the short side of the field.
Flyers, Warriors, no score on our one-loss scoreboard. Flyers got it across midfield, had to punt. Nearly down inside the 1. Instead, Warriors now started this at the 20. And now a sideline warning flag comes in on Coach Esplin and the Warriors bench. That's a warning. Next one will be a penalty flag, which will march yardage off. It's second down and 3. Got to get it to the 40-yard line here for a first down. Ball spotted at the 37. Twins to either side. Bretton Stone in the backfield with Fry. Fry, the junior quarterback, ready. Gives it a fake and now throws it over the middle, and it's complete. Beautiful catch up the middle, and he could go. He's to the 30, the 20, the 10, and Mendenhall is going to make another big play for the touchdown. A 67-yard touchdown, Fry to Mendenhall.
Beautiful first series all around by Coach Nowatzki calling the offense. This is a run-pass option from Fry. He's going to fake it to Stone, throw it to the seam. Mendenhall's wide open, and he's one of the most explosive talents in Region 9. No one's going to catch him, even with angles, and he's going to get in for the first score of the game. Great play call.
Wow, and that is the big play. They did that when they played that Shadow Ridge team out of Las Vegas, where they were going big play down the stretch to come back and win in week 2 of the preseason, and they strike first. Warriors on top, 6-0 PAT, brought to you by Utah Gastroenterology, and it's up, and it's good. We'll take the full timeout. Fireworks. Warrior fans loving it as Fry hits Mendenhall to put the Warriors up 7-0 here on CEC TV and ESPN 97.7, your Region 9 radio network.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up, and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
The forest is a whole hidden world of wonders. What better place to let your imagination soar? Experience nature and create a memory you can share. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a forest or park near you.
Well, 4 Region 9 football games all underway on your Friday night. And Snow Canyon strikes first here in our game, presented by Holmes Homes. A tradition since 1890. They're 4th and 5th generation builders, and single-family homes and townhomes now available. Go take a look at the new desert color, as it's going to be fly or ball after the touchback. Fair catch. And Reggie Graff in the offense will start at the 20-yard line.
Well, the first possession for the Flyers had a couple near misses on the deep ball. Snow Canyon got away unscathed and made a big play for themselves to take the early lead in this one.
Warriors in a 3-4 defense here, and it's a read option give to Preston Moore, and Moore is going to scoot right up the middle, finally tripped up and then taken down. I think Jaden McKee is going to get credit for that stop, the 6-foot senior linebacker, but a nice 8-yard gain, almost 9-yard pickup for the Flyers.
And he's 100 miles an hour as soon as he touches the ball. Reckless abandon, gets another big gain. Preston Moore.
High school football brought to you by our friends at Sand Hollow Resort. Golf week next week. Go watch the Future Stars. Sand Hollow Open presented by the Levitt Group next Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And there's a keeper by Reggie Graff. The quarterback's going to run it right up the middle, and he's going to be out to the 39-yard line. On 2nd down and 1, he's going to pick up about 9 more yards. So back-to-back 9-yard runs on the ground.
And this is one of the toughest plays in the league to stop that stretch jet sweep fake on the inside zone read. And Graff is so decisive once he makes his decision, finds a seam, and gets a big gain.
Here comes Reggie Graff, has more in the backfield. 5:55 to go in the first quarter. Snow Canyon leading 7-0. Flip it, the wrist, and it's caught on an out route. Outside it's Schultz. And Christopher Schultz is going to have a nice 6-7 yard gain. They'll get it out to the 47-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 3.
And Schultz is a good complement to Simmons. They, obviously the X and Z receivers to either side. He hasn't necessarily had his breakout game yet, but we know his ability. A basketball player is playing football for the first time in a while, and he's got the physical talent just yet to really sync up with Graff so far this year.
Reggie Graff draw play, fakes the throw, gives it to Moore. Moore's going to have the first down. The ball pops out. The Reggie Graff jumps on it, and that's a live football. And so instead of a 4 or 5 yard gain, it's going to be 3rd down and a long 3. Fortunate, it bounced right up to Reggie Graff, the quarterback who recovered the fumble.
And this is what Snow Canyon does so well against Dixie traditionally is look at him tearing the ball out. That's a great job by Braxton Hickman to just fling the ball out, make it a big loss, and now a 3rd and short. Dixie's been getting big gains on their runs. This should be no problem here on 3rd down.
Graff out of the gun again. Sidecar left is Moore. Reggie's going to throw. And he's going to hit Schultz. Christopher Schultz turns upfield. Ball popped out. Did he secure it long enough? I think he did.
Yeah,
the official's going to spot it at the 45 of Snow Canyon. And that's another fabulous Freddy's first down for Reggie Graff in the offense.
And just too easy. Too much cushion on the outside. That's an easy here you go, cotton candy pass. Jaden McKee puts his helmet on the ball. It pops out, but after the first down.
Reggie, good to see him okay. He got hit pretty good when he recovered that fumble. A couple Warriors pounced on top of him. Moore, little crease, little cutback, still weaving up the middle of the hash on the right side, and that's going to be down to the Warrior 35-yard line and just shy of a 10-yard pickup. It's going to be 2nd down and 1.
And the runs between the tackles are just too easy right now. The guards are getting up past the linebackers. They're pulling and putting hats on the second level, and it's just been too easy for Preston Moore and Reggie Graff running up the middle for big gains.
Glad you're with us here on CEC TV, 97.7 ESPN, or watching on our live stream on CEC's YouTube page or sportsradio977.com. Second down and 1 here. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Hand off to Walden, his first touch on offense. And he's going to get a couple yards, and that's going to be a first down. They're going to say the ball came out, but he was down first, and so they'll move the sticks.
And Snow Canyon is just terrorizing the ball carriers, getting their hands in, ripping the ball out even after the whistle. That's obviously been a focus during this week of practice. You got to get turnovers if you want to hang with this high-octane Dixie offense. Wouldn't be surprised now they're getting into Tracy Simmons territory where they like to throw it to him on the deep fade on first down.
You know, they got Coach Blaine Munkers out there. He was having a conversation with Mike Sharp, who's now their new wide receiver coach, former great Flyer, played at SUU. And Reggie's going to run an RPO. He's going to call his own number. He's going to keep it up the middle. Down inside the 30, down to the 25 goes Reggie Graff, another chunk run gain of almost 6 yards. Maybe give him 7.
And this Snow Canyon defensive line just doesn't have a shot to have any gap control. The offensive line of Dixie's doing a good job turning the shoulders of the defensive linemen and bothering the linebackers just enough to allow Reggie Graff to squeak by for another big gain.
It should be noted, no Brock Nowatzki for Snow Canyon, out with a left foot injury, sustained in the Desert Hills game last week. Hand off to Moore. Flyers running back's going to pound it down. Not going to get much, though. Gain of about 2, and I think it's going to be 3rd down and inches here as the Flyers are knocking on the Team Deato Sales red zone.
Good job by Braxton Hickman just to get in there and cut the offensive lineman, create a pile, which stood in the way of Preston Moore to get the first down.
Of course, Braxton Hickman, son of Matt Hickman, who was a former Warrior quarterback, as there's a run right up the middle, and that's going to move the chains. First down, Dixie. Matt Hickman came in, and I think it was 96 or 97 when Drew Somlinson got hurt and led them to a state championship under head coach Bill Jacobson. And now Braxton Hickman out there playing a little defense, and he's got a big role with no Brock Nowatzki tonight. Graff going to fake. Now the swing pass. It's complete, and it's to Kesterson, and Derek Kesterson is going to be stonewalled right at the 15-yard line. Kesterson, only a sophomore.
And Austin Anderson, who started this season injured, comes up from the free safety position. Just a form tackle, gets low in space against Kesterson, who's pretty shifty, lifts a leg, and that's a great takedown.
Yeah, they've missed Anderson, got dinged up, broke a collarbone in summer action. He's healthy tonight, and now they'll blow this play dead. It's going to be a false start on the Flyers as Reggie Graff was about to cock the arm back and throw, and then they heard the whistles. Gene Van Orden, our white hat for tonight's game. Of course, Mike Esplin was an alumni, went to Snow Canyon. He was part of some of those great teams in the Bill Jacobson era in the late 90s, and now coming back to take over as head coach.
Anderson communicating with Cole Warner.
There's that draw play again, and Preston Moore is going to be able to squirt free. Big tackle, and then Moore kind of broke away from Jamari McKeever and got a couple extra yards after contact into the linebacking core of the Warriors.
And I wouldn't be surprised if they just keep, 4-down territory, if they just run it 2 more times, because that's been working for them all series long. They've drained a ton of clock. There's only a minute left now in the first quarter, and the Flyers are doing a great job marching here.
I want to thank Intermountain Sports Medicine for their support of Region 9 Athletics. They provide the trainers for each school. There's the jet Flyer sweep, and nice little cutback. Now Schweitzer tries to weave back outside. He's going to leap and stretch inside the 5 down to about the 3-yard line. And now it's going to be 1st and goal for Coach Munkers in the offense.
And good job by Anderson from the safety position. Pursuit gets him to turn inside, just can't break down. And a good job by Preston Moore to get a hand on him late to push him out of the way. And an easy first down there for Schweitzer.
Hayden Fry, the one that got the tackle from the backside. 35 seconds and ticking. Left here in the first quarter. Graff's going to put Moore on his left. Reggie, left-handed quarterback. Ready to go. Now he's going to move Moore to the other side, to his right. 1st and goal. Warriors up 7-0. Flyers trying to answer. There's the run by Schweitzer, and he's going to dive towards the goal line. He's in. They say touchdown, Dixie.
Yeah, Isaac Lee was there to get his hands on him, but so much momentum going forward by Schweitzer. He actually ends up flinging him towards the end zone and inside. Actually, sorry, that was Jaden Erickson, the defensive lineman.
Desert Hills has scored. They lead over Hurricane. Wilstead hit Goulding. And there's the Utah Gastroenterology extra point. It's up and it is good. And we're tied at 7 here on your Holmes game of the week. So a nice answer via the ground game for the Flyers. We'll take a 30-second timeout, come back with a kickoff here with 9 seconds left in the first quarter on your Region 9 radio network.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Tied up 7-7 as both these teams have scored a 67-yard fry to Mendenhall touchdown on an RPO, and then Schweitzer runs this touchdown in moments ago for the Flyers from 3 yards out. Kickoff is going to be returnable and out across the 15 to the 20. Anderson's going to weave down the right side of the 30. Wow. Outside the 35, turns on the Jets across the 40, and down at the 40-yard line goes Anderson.
Look at the wheels on Anderson. Goodness gracious. He's also one of their better receivers. Need to get him the ball in free space. This is what he can do with it here on the replay. Big block there by Braxton Hickman, who's been super physical so far this quarter.
Another up-and-coming star. Hickman is an underclassman. Junior, 6'3". And that'll do it for the first quarter. We'll take the full 45-second, 60-second timeout. 7-7, don't go away.
Dude, we've been here forever. They're about to close the store. Would you just pick something already?
I just want to look good, you know. It's
Welcome
season
back,
2 of
Devin
Trailblazer
Dixon,
Weekly. I
Andy
just wanna make sure I
Thompson.
get the right ones.
Look at all this great stuff they have here at the Dixie State campus store. No matter what you choose, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm just going to go with the first one.
Catch the season 2 premiere of Trailblazer
Really
Weekly
solid
on
kick
Wednesday,
return, so
August
Snow Canyon is going to
14th
start this
at 3
drive
p.m.
at their own 40-yard line. They're going to run a draw to Landon Fry. Fry, a 5-yard gain, now 10, as he really looks to finish that run. He tucks down and finishes that run off like a running back.
Not looking for the sideline whatsoever. Fry going right at 3. Dixie Flyers lowers his shoulders, gets the first down. Love it.
Appreciate Intermountain Acceleration, proud sponsor of Region 9 football. They've helped countless Region 9 athletes improve their speed and agility with their expert training programs. If you're looking for your kids to improve speed, agility, quickness, make sure and contact St. George Acceleration today. There is no off-season, and a lot of these players, we're calling their name. They've been through the Intermountain St. George Acceleration program. Guys like Reggie Graff, Landon Fry. Fry now, new set of downs in Flyer territory. Play action. Now he's going to look to throw on the run, and he has a man wide open inside the 20. It's caught. It is caught. Touchdown, Snow Canyon. That is a 47-yard touchdown as Fry found his man deep behind the defense, and that was
Kyler Stewart.
Kyler Stewart with the touchdown grab.
Yeah, what a play, improvising all the way by Landon Fry. He was looking left, and then Stewart just comes open, breakdown in coverage on the improvisation, and an easy touchdown for the Warriors. Wow.
Well, Landon Fry making an early case for our Dad's
Goodness
Trucking
gracious.
player of the game. And mark that one down as a potential play of the game as well, as the Warriors are back on top, 13-7, 47-yard hookup. And he bought himself some time.
He did. And, the Warriors have scored on 2 home runs to Mendenhall, that time to Stewart. And 2 big pass plays have got them the lead early in the second quarter. And now their big challenge is slowing down the run game of the Dixie Flyers when the Warriors go to defense.
Let's keep it right here for just a second. Andy, that was a 2-play drive.
Yeah.
Fry picked up 15.
Yeah.
He picked up 13. And then, boom, over the top. And 2 big pass plays. The first touchdown was 67. This one goes 47. Fry's already got nearly 120 yards passing here early into the second quarter.
And the kid's a gamer. I mean, I'm as impressed by that throw as this first play that we're seeing now for our TV audience on replay. He's going for the sticks. He's going to lower his shoulders against a big fella there for the Dixie Flyers, big Hall Esau. And then the rolling out, keeping his eyes down the field, and heads-up play by Stewart to flag him down, puts his hand up. Wide open touchdown. And the Warriors have the lead here at Dixie High.
You want to watch this game, and you're listening on radio heading into your weekend. Hope you have a safe, happy weekend. Weather is absolutely perfect. You can go to our website, sportsradio977.com, or you can, if you have TDS cable, you can pop it on CEC TV, channel 108 in HD, and catch still basically 3 full quarters of action. We got 11:05 left here in the first half as Snow Canyon's back on front, up on Dixie, 14-7. And great field position.
Yeah.
Now see if the Flyers special teams can maybe match what we just saw from Snow Canyon. A great return by Austin Anderson. And here's the kickoff, and it's going to be a touchback as Mitchell's going to catch it 3 yards deep. I wish they'd give them the option to return in high school, but I understand they're trying to limit the amount of hits on these young men.
Yeah, Snow Canyon's got to, bring another safety up, make the box a little bit more compact, because of that last drive, the Flyers on that zone read the stretch or just hand it off to Preston Moore. Too many gaps too often. Had to average 7-8 yards a carry last series. That can't continue for the Warriors defense.
Here comes Reggie Graff, down by 7 again. And Graff's going to throw. It's a comeback route to Walden. Walden reels it in across the 30, pushing out across the 35 to the 36. And that's a nice pickup of about 16 yards, Graff to Walden.
And we see the precision on the timing between Walden and Graff. Walden runs a beautiful route, gets the defensive back to turn his hips, running downfield, and then turns on a dime and catches the ball wide open. Beautiful timing between those two.
First down for Graff. Preston Moore in the backfield. Walden looked like he was going to come in. Now he's going to widen his split. He's a single receiver to the bottom of your screen. Flyers working right to left on your radio dials. Reggie Graff's going to do a sprint out, roll out pass. He's rolling to his right. He's got to throw with the left hand across the body, and he found a man. Schweitzer goes high and makes an incredible catch, and he stayed in bounds across midfield to the 46-yard line of Snow Canyon.
Super athletic play there by Graff. He had a 3-tier route on that right side rolling out. You had Simmons on the flat, Schweitzer in between, and then a go route by Schultz, and he goes to the middle guy. And, man, there were a lot of Warriors in the area, but Schweitzer found the perfect spot to hang out on the sideline. Makes an athletic catch and another first down for the Flyers.
And here comes Graff. Flyers on the move. Munkers is signaled in the play via Jim Eggleston. Graff going to throw, looking to take a shot. Now he's going to dump it underneath at the sticks. It's caught. First down and more. I think that's Mitchell that went to the sticks, turned around, and the timing was perfect.
Yeah, once again, and last series it was.
Oh, sorry, that's Schultz.
Last series it was run, run, run. Everything was open, and now the pass is open almost every play. And look at the time that Reggie Graff has against that zone defense of Snow Canyon. They're just finding the pockets on the outside, and Graff is throwing strikes.
Under 10 minutes to go, first half. Snow Canyon leading 14-7 on the one-loss scoreboard. Your dedicated personal injury attorneys. Out of the gun, Reggie Graff puts Schweitzer in motion to make it trips to the near side. He's going to roll that way, looking to throw. Looking. Now he gets near the line of scrimmage. He's going to tuck and run. Cut back to the middle of the field. Make another move to the 10 and the 5. And touchdown, Reggie. Graff is taking it in on a design pass. He tucked and run and scored.
And he weaves his way inside. Looks like he's dead in the tunnel of a linebacker. Instead cuts back out, gets a block. And he is so dynamic in the open field, running the ball. So crafty. Watch this little whoop. Turns right past the safety for a big-time score. He's so good in the run game. Reggie Graff. PAT pending. Flyers 13-14.
Utah Gastroenterology extra point. If you're over 50, make sure you get your colon cancer screened. And it's blocked. It's blocked and no good. It was a low kick anyway. Somebody got a hand on it, and we'll take a break.
I think it was Hickman once again. He's having an awesome game. I think he's the one who knocked it away.
Let's take a 30-second timeout. 14-13. Warriors lead the Flyers in a good one on CEC TV and ESPN 97.7.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Prevent cancer in just one procedure? When caught early, the survival rate of colon cancer is 90%. Give your colon some love and get screened. Visit them online at utahgastro.com.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Fabulous Freddy's on your Region 9 radio network.
Returnable kick, and it's going to be Anderson, and Anderson weaves his way down the Dixie sideline out across the 25. It gets to the 26-yard line, and that's where Landon Fry will take over. Well, how about the start by both of our quarterbacks, our Stilson Star Watch players tonight? Landon Fry, already 2 touchdown passes, 47 and 67. And Reggie Graff just ran it in from 28 yards out. So both these quarterbacks off to a hot start.
Yeah, they've been great, and you know it's always these missed PATs are so annoying, especially when it's a shootout like it's shaping up to be here in the second quarter. But the Warriors retain their 1-point lead after the missed PAT, and their last drive was 2 plays for Landon Fry.
Appreciate Southwest Diesel, Finley Subaru, and Sports Clips, all great sponsors. Region 9 football. As Fry's going to run this right up the middle. And Fry's going to find some daylight and a nice gain of almost 8 yards. It should be noted no Blaze Wade got hurt and injured in the Desert Hills game. Lost for the season. He was their leading tackler from the linebacker position. Right now, the Flyers are using Maycock is kind of that replacement, as well as McGivern, Bo McGivern. Those are a couple guys that, with one less linebacker, are seeing a lot more time. Snap, read option, give, up the middle, and Brett Stone's going to move the chains out across the 40 to the 41-yard line, pickup of almost 7.
Yeah, his best run of the night, showing some burst off that left side. Good job by the offensive line getting a little push on this Dixie Flyer defense.
The offensive line, you got Jackson Lobb up there. You got Jaden Erickson that can play on both sides of the ball as your center. This is a young line, but a pretty good one. In fact, Erickson's only a junior. Fry, 1st and 10. Flyers showing blitz. They come with one extra. They throw a quick one. And Mendenhall grabs it on the wide receiver screen, and he's going to turn it north and south and pick up about 6 maybe. And it'll be 2nd down and 4 for the Warriors offense.
And they did a good job. You have to be perfect timing-wise with that type of play because you don't have numbers on the edge. You only have one or two receivers against 3 guys and then 4 guys spilling out. And they did it perfectly and got a great gain there to make it 2nd and short now for the Warriors. They've been super crisp on their short passes so far tonight.
8 minutes on our Bloomington Country Club clock. Reminding you, you're all invited to come hang with us at Bloomington Country Club every single Monday night. Jersey giveaways, 18 TVs, pool open to the public. So's the restaurant. Love to see you there. Read option, give. Stone, 1st down across midfield. That's a Fabulous Freddy's 1st down. by Bretton Stone, your 5'10 junior running back.
And so far, the physical battle's been pretty even in the trenches. Snow Canyon showing that they can not only have Landon Fry run it, but Bretton Stone, who's a speedster, but showing off some of the power to get that first down.
Warriors lead by 1 thanks to a Braxton Hickman blocked extra point. 14-13, Warriors have possession. Into Flyer territory. Not yet midway through the second quarter. 7 minutes, 25 seconds on the clock as Landon Fry out of the gun, has Stone to his right. Twins to either side, looking to throw. Looking, going deep on a wheel corner route, and it is going to be knocked away last second. Walden had it in his hands as Fry was trying to find Jace Mendenhall.
Yeah, dangerous throw down the field because of the ability of Walden to recover. Almost makes a show-stopping interception here on Fry, who just held it a little bit too long and then tried to throw it between 2 defensive backs. And great effort by Walden. Just couldn't squeeze it with his mitts. And Fry lives to fight another day. I like going deep on first down. That was a tough throw, though.
Of course, the offensive coordinator is Tim Nowatzki. You might remember that name if you're a longtime BYU fan. And again, his son Brock Nowatzki, who's done a little bit of everything for them and is certainly a next-level talent, out with a right foot injury. Not playing tonight. Got dinged up last week in the loss to the Thunder of Desert Hills. Flyers showing blitz. Here they come. Fry steps up. He's going to run. Taken down immediately once he got through that initial hole. And he's going to get positive yardage, but it could have been a lot worse for the Warriors.
Yeah, good heads up by Fry because it was a jailbreak. I mean, it was just a defensive lineman who gets through there right away. No chance. And he's able to scoot up in the pocket and then bounce off the defender and get pretty good yardage of what should have been a big loss.
Fry coming over with Brenton Childs with the play. Using a lot of clock here. Warriors not like some of the other Region 9 teams like Desert Hills and Dixie and Pineview that go spread, no huddle. Fry out of the gun. Twins to either side from the Flyers 44. Snap is blown dead as Fry got the snap, and looks like some movement down in the trenches. Or delay a game. They might not have got the play off. And it is a delay of game on Snow Canyon with 6:19 left on our Bloomington Country Club clock.
This will be a telling play call if they trust Fry on a 3rd and 10, 3rd and 11 to throw it down the field from the pocket, or if they decide on a draw or a screen type play. He's been great throwing it down the field so far.
Warriors break the huddle. Stone will stay in the gun next to the quarterback, Landon Fry. Both juniors. Twins to either side. 4-man front here for the Flyers. They rush 4. And it's a high throw on an out route to Mendenhall. And Mendenhall tries to leap and catch it and cannot. Incomplete. And it's going to be 4th down.
Great dialed up play call. Great depth on the route. Would have been a first down. Just past the linebacker. And I think a catchable ball, especially for a guy like Mendenhall. A little bit high, but I think he could have nabbed that for the first down. Good delivery by Fry. He's been pretty on point so far tonight for the Warriors, but they need those 3rd downs. And now the Flyers with plenty of time to try to take the lead going into half.
So the Warriors will give it up. Still leading by 1, 14-13. And the kick is away, and it's an angling kick. Walden back inside his 10 is going to let it bounce out of bounds. It's going to take a sideways bounce, and it's going to be down at about the 14-yard line.
Good little kick by Luke Bryan. Gets the bounce.
But the Flyers defense gets off the field and avoids giving up a big play. If you're just tuning in, Fry had connected on a 67-yard touchdown pass to Jace Mendenhall, and then found Stewart on a 47-yard touchdown pass. And the only separation of this game, after Schweitzer ran one in and Reggie Graff ran one in, is a blocked extra point, and Snow Canyon leads 14-13, but the Flyers have a chance to change that. just almost back to the 13-yard line is where they spotted that. 1st and 10 for Graff, senior lefty quarterback. Looking to throw, stays in the pocket, has time, fires on time, and it's caught. And Christopher Schultz is going to take it for a Fabulous Freddy's first down out across the 30 to the 32.
And last series and now starting out this series, just going past straight up, straight 1-2 step drop back for Graff and gun it, and he's got guys open coming back to the ball against that zone. And so far, the Dixie Flyer receivers have been awesome at finding those little pockets to squat down in for easy gains.
1st and 10, Reggie Graff out of the gun. Behind that front 5, Flyers trying to come back and take the lead. Fake it to Moore, keep it. Reggie's going to kind of follow Moore where he went through the line a minute before, and he's going to get a couple yards, and that's it.
Good job by Hayden Fry tracking him down. Graff trying to get outside. Fry had outside leverage, broke down, turns him back in, and that could have been a big gain to the outside. Instead, just a medium gain up the middle.
5:18 to go here in the second quarter. Flyers down by 1, 14 to 13. 2nd down and 6. Maybe a long 5. RPO, toss. Schweitzer catches it, gets it to the 40. Short gain of about almost 3. It's going to be 3rd down for Dixie's offense.
And Snow Canyon can't allow them to convert this 3rd down just with a simple zone read up the middle. They've got to figure out a way to take that away because 3rd and short has been, 3rd down in general has been really easy. Just Preston Moore or Graff up the middle.
Here is a give to Moore right up the gut, and that's going to be a Fabulous Freddy's.
1st down, and once again, Tatwano Hickman did the best he could, but there's so much momentum from this Dixie, the guards who are uncovered in this 3-4 defense to get up, get right in the face of linebackers, and the Warriors just have no chance to stop that one.
Under 5 minutes to go in the first half. Flyers will slow it down a little bit here. Coach Munker's signaling in the play. Graff out of the gun. Has it. Looking to throw. No pressure, no pressure. Now he's going to go deep. Takes a shot. He's got Schultz behind the defense. Caught inside the 10-yard line. Beautiful ball there from Reggie Graff.
And Graff once again has an eternity in the pocket just to relax, stand back there like it's 7-on-7 and launch one. And Schultz runs under it. He hasn't gotten a lot of deep balls this year, but this time in one-on-one coverage, Graff has all the confidence just to throw it up and in stride over the shoulder. That's a tough catch, but Schultz makes it. Puts him down inside the 10-yard line, and another Fabulous Freddy's first down for the Flyers. Looks like the Warriors will call a timeout after that big gain.
All right, we're going to take it as well. Jacob, we're going to switch phone lines here, try to clean up our signal and reconnect in this timeout. We'll make it a full timeout. Back with more Flyers in the Team D Red Zone when we return after a 60-second break.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on.
The game Schultz is having so far tonight.
He's been great, and that was one of the toughest catches over the shoulder, with a guy draped all over him. Heck of a catch by Schultz, and once again, Graff is just dropping it down from the sky into their laps for a first down.
Reggie Graff, 1st and goal. They're going to give it to Walden. Walden, student body right, chopped down and kept his footing, but driven out of bounds. Not much there.
Yeah, good contain out there by Urias, and that was one of the things in the pregame talking about how physical that these cornerbacks have to be against these Dixie Flyers because of how they like to throw it out to the edges and how they like to run that stretch play. And Urias just gets past his blocker and defeats the runner, getting low on the very physical Walden.
So Flyers, 2nd down and goal from the 8. Reggie Graff Put Schweitzer in motion. Now going to hand off to Moore up the middle. And Preston Moore, touchdown, 8-yard touchdown run. That is the third rushing touchdown of the night for the Dixie Flyers.
Yeah, too easy up the middle. And once you get inside that 10-yard line, that's Preston Moore territory. He's been great. Good blocks. Good kick-out block on that left side. And the Dixie Flyers rolling tonight.
You try to go wide, nothing there. So you go right back up the middle, and they find pay dirt. That special moment where you touch it down, and the Flyers have their first lead of the game. The Utah Gastroenterology extra point is up, and it is good, and it is the Flyers not trying to chase a point here. They go ahead and kick the PAT to make it 20-14, and we'll keep it right here. Of course, the play that set that up, Andy, that big over-the-top fade route to Christopher Schultz, got him down inside the 10-yard line.
Yeah, the Flyers have had a bunch of close ones that just didn't connect on, plays where Reggie got out of the pocket. This time just in the pocket. Too much time. You got to send 4, maybe 5 guys to bother him just a little bit because he's got Schultz, he's got Simmons, who hasn't even, I don't think, gotten the ball yet tonight with down the field capability, and they're going to jump up and get the 50-50 balls as well. But that one didn't need to, right in his chest.
Brock Starley has just thrown a touchdown. Who's number 13 for Hurricane? Is that Lambert? No, that's not Lambert. He's 8. Touchdown Tigers. And it's 7-7 between the Tigers and Desert Hills. It's homecoming night over at Desert Hills.
Yeah, seriously. How about them Tigers making it a game, trying to spoil something over there?
Yeah. Here it's 2014. Dixie has the lead. Cedar City had an early lead over Canyon View on a Colby Meek touchdown run. I haven't heard anything from the Pineview Crimson game just yet, but that game also the 4th game in region playing tonight, and that's going to be a kick that goes out of bounds. Anderson was about to field it, make sure that Dixie couldn't recover it, which is a live football, waited the last second, and it bounced out of bounds, and now Snow Canyon's going to have excellent field position.
Yeah, good poker face there by Anderson. Just stared it down. I was thinking pounce on it, but he didn't, and he watched it go out of bounds. They've had good field position the last couple possessions.
If you're the Flyers defense, you'd love to do what you just did on the last drive, and that's force a punt. If you're Snow Canyon, you'd love to retake this lead because you played really well in this first half on the road against a good football team.
Yeah, and with 4:20 left, you have your full complement of your playbook. You don't have to hurry. You can huddle up like they'd like to do. And just Fry throwing it down the field. He's been very accurate, and pretty much all phases of their offense have been working so far tonight.
So here we go with Fry. Already 2 touchdown passes in this game. Going to run a read, give it to Stone, and he's chopped down quickly. Great job down in the trenches. I think that was Jamari McKeever that just chopped the legs or was trying to block, and I couldn't tell the Flyer. It was Stone gets chopped down. Oh, he was on his block. It was actually number 30 for the Flyers coming up to make that stop, Alexander Maycock.
And just running into the teeth of this Dixie defense on running situations we're anticipating, that's going to be really tough for the Warriors. They've done a good job calling the unanticipated plays so far, I think. Coach Nowatzki's been doing awesome.
So Fry now, 2nd down and 9, going to give it to Stone. Stone a little crease, breaks a tackle, pushing for a first down. Got it with the extra effort on some yak yards. How about that muscle from Bretton Stone?
Yeah, running it. I wasn't anticipating that. They decided to go with the same play up the middle, and Stone breaking tackles, gets past Mahi. Good spin move there, runs over a Flyer. Then Mahi hits him from behind, but forward for an easy first down and an extra couple yards. If they can get him going a little bit and Fry to balance out this offense, it's so hard to run it against Dixie, but if they can get Stone up 50, 60, 70 yards tonight, they got a shot to keep going offensively and stay in this thing.
Landon Fry, 1st and 10. In Warriors territory at the 47, flags fly, no play. Side judge is going to blow this dead. Saw maybe some movement, or is this another delay game? No, it's a false start. Gene Van Orden.
Yeah, I don't know if it was on the outside receiver. I know that the Dixie defensive back was up in press coverage and last second kind of went back. I don't know if that startled one of the receivers or if it was on the line. I didn't see who moved. But they've had a couple of those just after first down or, on a key 3rd down where they either have a delay of game or a procedure penalty that puts them back.
Update from Crimson and Pineview, 21-0 Panthers all over the Mustangs in the first half. Here we got just under 3 minutes to go. Flyers leading 2014. Fry in the offense now 1st and 15. Actually, going to give it to Stone and another good little run that's going to get about 7 yards before forward momentum is stopped. Just shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the Warrior 49.
And I like the way Stone is running. He's running tough. Every time he gets the ball, he's just throwing people off of him, trying to hustle for extra yards. You know, over the last few years, it's been a kind of a running back by committee, but tonight it's been all Brenton Stone pretty much for the Warriors.
The Warriors, though, not in a hurry here. And the Flyers not going to take a timeout yet. Flyers have all 3 timeouts. Warriors have just 1 timeout left. 2nd down, and we'll call it 8 from their own 49. Warriors down 20-14 here, late 2nd quarter. Fry looking downfield. Nothing there. Has time. Rolls to his right. Now he's going to tuck, and he's going to be drugged down and lose 2 yards. A sack. That's the first sack of the night on Landon Fry for this Flyer defense.
Hey, credit the defensive secondary. Coverage sack for sure. The receivers who have done a great job when plays break down, just spurting open and making something out of nothing. This time, just umbrella coverage by the Flyers. Nowhere for Fry to throw it. Nobody's open at all. And good job coming back, making the tackle by the defensive line.
So now 3rd down. They're going to let it keep ticking down. 1:30 left in the first half. Going to probably give Fry a chance to use his arm to move the chains. Flyers. They jumped off sides. Big mistake there. Jumping offside was Famanua. That's Caden Famanua. And that's going to make it a little bit more manageable. So 3rd and 5 for the Warriors in Flyer territory at the Dixie 48.
I'd like to see maybe they haven't gone back to the run-pass option. This might be an opportunity. It's 3rd and 5. Stone's been getting every carry. Maybe you can get a linebacker to bite just a little bit and find a slot going to the seam.
3rd down, Flyers trying to make some noise for their defense. Warriors trying to silence the crowd, move the chains, and trying to retake the lead. Here's Fry rolling. Here comes late blitz. Maycock's got him. Fry, though, throws it away. He throws it away. Is it a ground or not? The official does throw the flag. I think that's the right call. Fry knew he was going to run out of real estate. He's trying to throw it away, but I don't think it got back to the line of scrimmage. And
yeah, I think short of the line of scrimmage. Great call by Coach Rick Berry, dialing it up off that left edge. Overwhelms them on that left side, outnumbers them, and just a free shot at Fry on a key 3rd down. And now the penalty.
And I love the way Gene Van Orden explaining Landon Fry why he threw the late flag there. Nice civil conversation explaining that, it was grounding. And in Fry's defense, it's either take a sack or ground. He didn't have enough room to throw that.
Yeah.
You don't want to turn the ball over. You'd rather punt it and make Reggie Graff and the Flyers have to go the length of the field with just 60 seconds left here in the first half.
Yeah, he did the right thing to get out of the pocket. He just couldn't get enough oomph on the ball. I mean, right there, if he could throw it maybe just a little bit earlier, but the defender's hacking at his right arm as he's throwing it. No way he's going to get that to the line of scrimmage.
Really good late blitz coming from Alexander Maycock. Also, right there coming in behind him was Bodie Ray. He had a couple Flyers there closing in on Landon Fry. And here's the punt unit for the Warriors. And the kick is away. It's a high kick, spiraling, and it's going to be returnable. And a nice little return right back up the middle by Hunter Knighton out across the 40. And it was a good high kick, but it actually didn't cover that much yardage, Andy, and he got a nice 10-yard return.
Yeah, great job. And, Reggie Graff's going to have a chance now with 50 seconds, 3 timeouts. That's plenty of time for this offense to go down and score a touchdown. And I think the Warriors have to be able to put pressure on Graff in the pocket. I think a prevent is just falling into the hands of the Flyers.
Here's Graff going to take a shot. No, he's going to go comeback route on the sideline, and a nice catch by Tracy Simmons.
And the prevent exactly what they do. They drop 7, or they drop 8, only send 3 defensive linemen, and there's just going to be too much time for Graff, too many guys coming open when you have 4 or 5 receivers going out for passes.
So Simmons gets the Fabulous Freddy's first down. Fill it up, wash it down. You're in the car, always feeling fabulous. Bluff Street, River Road locations. There's that draw we've seen a lot tonight. Moore up the middle, and he's going to take it inside the Snow Canyon 40. And that's going to be another 11-yard gain and another first down for Dixie High.
And once again, 8 guys backpedaling on the snap. Beautiful play call. You have 2 blockers up and nobody inside, and that's an easy run for Preston Moore, who's had a great first half for the Flyers.
39 seconds and a timeout taken, the first called timeout. And our timeout's brought to you by Intercap Lending. Rates are great. Get with one of the real estate professionals at Intercap Lending to go over your options and see how you could finish your backyard, get a better rate, get ready your mortgage insurance. They got all types of loans for your unique needs. Remember the name Intercap Lending? Brand new sponsor this season of high school football here on the network. Well, it's 20-14. Dixie has the lead. All 3 Flyer touchdowns have come on the ground. One from Preston Moore, one from Reggie Graff, and one from Keaton Schweitzer.
Let's go, Dixie!
Landon Fry has thrown 2 touchdowns, one to Stewart and one to Jace Mendenhall. And they've got to be digging in on defense to try to make sure that this is only a 6-point game at the half. A turnover here would be huge, maybe a tackle for a loss or even a sack. Try to keep the Flyers out of field goal range. But the Flyers, I don't think, are thinking about settling for a field goal here, Andy. I think they want touchdown. They'll put Walden in motion. Graff's going to look over the middle. Has his man caught inside the 20, down to the 15, near the 10. A beautiful strike thrown by Reggie Graff to Keaton Schweitzer.
And I don't know, the 3rd, 4th pass this drive where it's just too easy, guys wide open. And once again, 32 seconds on the clock, right around the 10-yard line for the Flyers.
Into the Team D Auto Sales red zone. Reggie Graff's going to give it to Preston Moore. He's going to charge through the hole, and he's going to get down inside the 5. And now another timeout taken, their second called timeout. And great usage of the clock here by Dixie's coaching staff and players. And it's going to be 2nd down and 2 with 23 seconds left in the first half. Snow Canyon trailing the Flyers 20-14. Coming up, we'll have the InfoWest halftime report. Stats brought to you by Wilkinson's. Andy Thompson, Rustin Burnside will have our halftime report. Also check in on our Stilson Star Watch, which tonight we were looking at both Landon Fry and Reggie Graff, the 2 quarterbacks of these 2 teams that have had great starts to their junior season for Fry, senior season for Reggie Graff. Appreciate Stilson Central Vacuums. For a healthier, cleaner home built right in, get with Stilson Central Vacuums. Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson, our CEC TV crew. Getting the Flyer student body section. They got the We Bleed Blue shirts on. Everybody wearing white tonight. Warrior student section, it's kind of a Hawaiian theme night. And out of the timeout. Both teams have made some adjustments. And we'll see what Coach Blaine Munkers in his 29th year coaching of high school. He also spent some time at the collegiate level for Dixie State. He was the offensive coordinator for Scott Brumfield a couple years ago. See what he goes with. He's going to go with a run to Moore, and Moore's going to be stopped. He's not going to get in. And I don't even know if he got the first down. I don't think he did.
No, they're going to have to use their last time out. And they did.
How about the front? That front 7 just at the point of attack, stacking up. They've had room to run up there, but nothing doing there.
And now you're in a position where you're inside the 5-yard line. The run has been money when you're in this position, but you have no timeouts left and only 14 seconds. So I think you're going to have to pass on 3rd. And then if it goes to a 4th down, then you can open up your playbook. But look out for Trey Simmons on the outside for this next play for the Flyers.
I know Isaac Lees was one of the Warriors that was standing that play up near the point of attack. And both teams now talking things over. 14 seconds left in half number 1. This has been an entertaining first half.
Oh, it's been awesome. You know, Snow Canyon has proven that, you know, through the first half that they can put up points a little bit on the Flyers, have you know, stalled out their last couple drives. But if they can make a stop here, and go into the locker room forcing Dixie to either kick a field goal or miss it on 4th down or whatever. That's a huge win for Coach Esplin and this defense.
Want to thank Intermountain Sports Medicine for their support of Region 9 athletics. They, of course, have the trainers around Region 9, Dixie's Mike Tolman and Snow Canyon's DeJuan Shakespeare, keeping our student-athletes safe. Hope they don't have to work too hard tonight. We really do, but thank you, Intermountain Sports Medicine. Proud sponsor of Region 9 football. Here's Reggie Graff, 3rd down and a long one, but 14 seconds on the clock. He's going to throw over the middle, and it's caught. Touchdown, Tracy Simmons. If he hung on, I think he did. Touchdown, Dixie.
Yeah, a little RPO play action. He was going to Simmons all the way. Fakes the run to Moore up the middle, and then Simmons just comes wide open. Too late to react was Anderson from the safety position, and just a little basically flip out there, only a few yards, and a big score for Simmons, who's been money in the red zone. It seems like half his catches this year have been touchdowns.
Tracy Simmons, 6'4", and here is the ever-important Utah Gastroenterology extra point, and it's up, and it is good. Touchdown there. As the Flyers have extended their lead 27-14 here with 10 seconds left in the first half. The Snow Canyon coaching staff just came down from the booth, and offensive coordinator Tim Nowatzki, I just said, hey, what's the status on Brock? Because he's hurt his ankle. He said he's going to be okay. We expect him to be back in a couple weeks.
Okay, that's great news for
of course,
Snow
he's
Canyon.
in a walking boot when the captains went out, and that's the first news we'd heard, that he was going to be inactive for the game tonight.
It's good that he'll be back and hopefully be able to, finish off his senior year in a good postseason run, but you hate having to miss this game against your rival, the Dixie Flyers.
So the Flyers have the 27-14 lead. And good news, the big score dessert brought to you by Holbrook Asphalt is in effect. Holbrook Asphalt, big score dessert at Yogurtland after the game. Anytime we get over 25 points in a Region 9 game, our listeners, our viewers, fans in the stadium, you can go to Yogurtland with friends and family. First 5 ounces are free, and it's in effect in the first half as the kickoff taken outside the 10-yard line, and nothing doing on the return. Anderson brought down almost immediately, and I would think with 4 seconds on the clock, the Warriors will take a quick knee and go to the half, down 27-14. They will get the second half kickoff, so that is encouraging for Warrior Nation.
Yeah, I agree, and I think the offense, did a lot of good things in the first half. Dixie put on the pressure on Fry over the last couple drives, and they were unable to move it. But they've shown that they can get past the receivers, that Fry is a playmaker on the outside. We already knew all this, but for him to perform as well as he did, I think in the first half is really heartening for Coach Nowatzki and the offense. And defensively, just some things to tighten up. Reggie Graff's going to make big plays running it and throwing it every game, but you just got to try to limit that in the second half if you want to get back in this one.
Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson, our Holmes game of the week. Holmes, a family tradition since 1890. Quality homes all over southern Utah. Go to homeshomes.com. Fry's actually going to take a shot here. Pressure comes. He tucks up in the pocket. Now he's going to run, and he's going to run out across the 30 and takes a big hit. And if this is a penalty, then it's going to extend the half. And there's the flag, comes in late. And Fry takes a shot up high. Was that Mahi?
Yeah, Nolan Mahi just flying in. I think just put his shoulder right into the chest of Fry.
And now another penalty flag.
The flag came out super late, and it looked to me like Mahi.
And now another penalty flag.
And it was a Dixie Flyer who was hanging out over there talking trash.
Why are they leaving the field? If the Flyers are heading to the locker room.
Right.
There is an untimed play here, is there not?
Yeah.
If this is against Dixie. And now the officials are going to sort it out.
It was weird because it looked to me Nolan Mahi made the huge hit and then went to help up Fry.
And the Warriors
but there was
there
was a lot of commotion around that play. And the Flyers are taking off, and so are the Warriors.
Well, Coach Esplin has not left the field. I think that's Coach Esplin that's still hanging out at the 45. Yeah, that's Coach Esplin. He is kind of just standing there, checking his watch, waiting for the officials. I might have jumped the gun. Maybe if they're offsetting penalties, then they'll just decline, and then or they could enforce it into the second half.
I guess. I mean, I was with you. I thought, after the play, dead ball, that would extend the first half. But here's Fry. You can see Nolan Mahi flying down the sideline here.
He does stay in bounds.
Clean hit, yeah, and he was in bounds. Look, I thought he was trying to help him up, but maybe he was taunting him. And the Warriors take offense.
I don't think he, we don't know what was said.
Yeah.
But Fry.
Just trying to read the body language. I thought he was putting his hands down to Fry maybe to help him up, but maybe he was trying to push him or talk trash, or I don't know. I thought he was trying to help him up. Talking trash?
He might have been. It was a big hit, but Fry did stay in bounds, and it was not helmet-to-helmet contact.
Completely clean, and I think in bounds.
Yeah, and Fry's probably thinking they're thinking I'm going to tuck out of bounds.
Yeah.
Maybe I can cut back between two Dixie defenders that don't want to get an unsportsmanlike hit, and I can squeeze. If he gets through those two guys, then he's got a lot of green turf and maybe has a chance with his athletic ability to maybe, take it to the house or something of that nature. Instead, he takes a shot on the cutback by Mahi because he kind of leaves his feet at the end, like a little jump cut right
Going
here.
back inside,
I think his foot stepped.
bang.
I don't think his foot stepped out of bounds. The shoe was just next to the white. Maybe it touched it barely.
And even if he did it so bang, that's not a late hit. Our sideline reporter telling us it's Mahi talking trash afterwards, or at least putting his hands on him after the play.
Yeah, but speculation. I mean, we're too far away to hear if there was anything there. And obviously, we think we've reached halftime. They've already started the countdown on the clock, which is going to leave the Jetettes and the cheerleaders less time to perform here. There's also the kick for cash tonight. I'm actually going to be headed down on the field, I think, to help out with that tonight and kind of have some fun with the crowd. Chance for three different but three different high school clubs to get involved in the kick for cash, and they can each win up to $500. That'll be a lot of fun for the fans here to see if some. And it's going to be the Jetettes, Briggs, McLaughlin kicking for cash during the halftime. From the executive council, Ethan Bennett, and girls soccer player Mikkel Williams will kick for cash. Well, we think we've reached the InfoWest halftime report. There is still a conference going on with the officials, and I think what we're going to do is take a 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll hopefully have some sort of an explanation, as it's 27-14 after flag after flag after flag after flag flew at the end of the half. Flyers on top. We'll be right back on your Region 9 network.
Hey, Bobo, do trees tell each other stories?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, why don't we go find out? Listen.
Can birds draw pictures?
I don't have an answer for that.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West, set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
Where do you find the titans of classical music in St. George? Classical music on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM. Where do you find the legends of jazz? Evenings on Radio St. George, 100.3 FM.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Appliance Wholesalers Plus on your Region 9 radio network.
Welcome back, Region 9 football. You're listening to the Info West halftime show. A lot of confusion going into the locker room. Both coaches, Esplin and Monkers, trying to get an explanation of what the heck happened on that last play where Landon Fry got hit hard by Nolan Mahi. There was a bunch of flags, and both teams went into the locker room. It's rare to see a half end with laundry all over the field. But they're winding the clock. They're waiting for the Jetettes and the Warriorettes to get out there and do their thing. But everything's been pushed back, trying to figure out what's going on as Coach Monker's still kind of shrugging at the refs, saying what the heck's going on. And Esplin's body language is kind of the same as they want to get back to the locker room and talk to their teams. It's 27-14, Flyers lead here at home. You're listening to the Info West halftime show. Get high-speed internet, web design, tech support, and more. Check out Clean Internet and Speed Burst at infowest.com. Well, Bernsey, higher scoring than I thought it would be through one half so far. What are your thoughts? Both these teams playing fairly well here tonight.
Well, this is a game that's always come down to defense and defensive capabilities. For the score to be 27-14, it is a bit surprising on both sides of the ball tonight. But really, regardless of that score, we've seen some great defense from both of these squads. And as of late, Dixie, towards the end of the half, they were really starting to get into that Snow Canyon backfield and bother Landon Fry. As we kind of witnessed on that last play of the game, even Fry going down a handful of times. This Flyers defense is starting to pick up right around the same time their offense is really beginning to click.
And Landon Fry made two big plays in that first half on a run pass option, threw it to Jace Mendenhall on a seam for a big score, then found Kyler Stewart on an improvised play, broken down secondary for Dixie. Stewart comes wide open, and Fry finds him. But those two big plays are the two scores. Dixie put together some methodical drives, some big plays themselves. Of course, their last score was Trey Simmons down in the red zone. How do you guard this kid in the red zone? They line him up as a tight end. They do a little fake on third down, throw it to him. He's wide open. It seems like half the catches he's made this year have been touchdowns. He's such a weapon when they're close to the goal line.
Well, and you mentioned Simmons being wide open. I mean, to counteract that, you got to put your speed guy on him, right? But your speed guy half the time isn't going to match up height-wise against Simmons. It really is one of the tougher matchups to prepare for in all of Region 9. And once again, Dixie really starting to exploit that tonight. Graff to Simmons, one of the better connections in all of Utah high school football, and we're seeing it on full display. And it wouldn't surprise me if that was the last of it that we see tonight.
Absolutely. Jetettes doing their thing right now in their jerseys. One of the most talented groups in all the state. They got speed out on the edges. They got good interior as well. They struggle just to get into the red zone. They're always between the 40s. And once again, we see them, doing a good job, but struggling to get into the red zone with their dance here. Ooh, good little backflip. You see why they're constantly winning state championships. The Jetettes putting on a show here for the home faithful. Bernsey, let's do a little Hearst Ace Hardware, our Region 9 updates. 3 other games going on right now in Region 9. You can listen to the Crimson Cliffs Pineview game over on our sister station, 94.9 FM, 890 AM. What do we got there? How are the Mustangs holding up?
Yeah, let's start with that game. Pineview 28, Crimson Cliffs 0 at half out there in Hurricane where they're playing this matchup. Of course, the Mustangs field isn't ready. We all know about that. But early on in this game, Crimson Cliffs had a couple opportunities. A defensive stop, forced a punt. It was led by a Chase Hansen interception. And then forcing a fumble from the Panthers also ended up in a Chase Hansen interception. So Mustangs with a couple chances early on end up shooting themselves in the foot, and they now trail big 28-0 out there in that game.
And Desert Hills playing Hurricane at home tonight for their homecoming. Tigers coming off their first win of the year last week against Crimson Cliffs. We have an update on that one, Burns?
We do. For Cedar and...
Oh, sorry, for Hurricane Desert Hills.
Oh, for Hurricane Desert Hills. Yeah, as of right now, the last thing I saw, Logan Wilstead connects with Jace Mortensen. It was 7-7 at one point. It is now 27-7 in favor of the Desert Hills Thunder.
That escalated quickly.
Yeah, slow start. Starley found his guy, got him back in the game, and Desert Hills took offense to that. Really got clicking later on. 27-7 Desert Hills over Hurricane. And I guess that just leaves us with the battle in Iron County, right?
Yes.
Cedar with the quick score. Kobe Meek ran for about 72 yards into the end zone to get the game going for the Reds. We didn't see another score till about 2 minutes left in the second quarter when Bryson Jake found his guy for a Canyon View score. It's 7-7 out there in Cedar City.
Those are your Hearst Ace Hardware updates. Check out Hearst Ace Hardware, which is a hardware store and so much more with a variety of products with prices that please on the corner of Boulevard and Bluff Street in St. George and on Main Street in Cedar City. If we have highlights, we'll take those now from our CEC crew. For those of you watching on cable as well as on sportsradio977.com. Preston Moore, rumbling, stumbling. He gives it his all on every time he gets the ball, does a heck of a job. And then Reggie Graff on that inside zone. Nobody's been able to stop that as he gets 6 or 7 on that play.
Such a threat when it comes to running and passing the football. Here we see Schweitzer get into the end zone for the Dixie Flyers score. And, I mean, plays like that are only set up by Graff's ability to run the football.
And we see Landon Fry here up the middle, not going down, not trying to slide like he's Joe Flacco. He goes up over the top and gets the first down run. And then the next play, scrambles out to the right, finds a wide open Kyler Stewart getting past the safety on a broken down coverage. Easy score, and 2 big plays are pretty much the only offense for the Warriors in that first half. Graff is too good, rolling out, making an athletic play against his body to Schweitzer on that sideline against that zone coverage. Too many pockets in the defense of the Warriors, and Graff just had too much time. This time rolling left, decides to cut it back, and watch this little whoopsie-do. He gets past the safety for a touchdown. So athletic and agile when he decides to run.
And that's followed by a nice stiff arm into the end zone, running with authority, as he and Preston Moore like to do.
And then Hickman, I think, gets a hand on it for the Warriors off that left edge. And that was a missed PAT by the Flyers. And then Graff once again in the pocket. C.J. Schultz over the shoulder. Beautiful catch with the guy draped over him, right?
Such a fantastic throw right there. Puts it only where Schultz can grab it. And then we got more rumbling, stumbling into the end zone. Such a physical runner right there. Puts his shoulder down. Runs over a couple Snow Canyon Warriors.
And then Graff again, just a straight drop back all the time in the world against an umbrella zone. Late in this one, 2-minute drill, plenty of time. He finds Keaton Schweitzer in between the seams. And then it's going to be the big fella, Simmons, touchdown off the fake. That was on a 3rd down play and showing some sportsmanship to the guy he just beat. And that's the score,
and then 27-14. After that, Snow Canyon trying to run a play with about 4 seconds left kind of led to a little bit of, let's use the word kerfluffle, right? Kind of led to a little scrap between these two heated rivals. And we're being told there are no ejections, only unsportsmanlike conduct penalties that will be issued at the beginning of the 3rd quarter. No ejections for either Dixie or Snow Canyon, which is great. We want to see these teams at full strength for the second half.
And, folks, we're being treated to a rare treat here. The celebrity himself, Devin Dixon, the voice of sports in Southern Utah, is down on the field leading a little kick competition. And, he's got the charisma. He's got the crowd into it. He's got guys kicking for prizes, some student athletes from Dixie High School, some soccer players. The ball is at about the 5-yard line. And it's always great to get out, have these kids embarrass themselves in front of 1,000 of their closest friends and family. We're going to take a quick, let's take a 60-second break, and we'll be back with the rest of the InfoWest halftime show. Check out InfoWest at infowest.com. Speedburst and clean internet. 60-second timeout. Back with more halftime show with Bernsey right here on ESPN Radio.
Hey guys, how are you today?
Good.
I'm here to talk about how with technology you can make amazing worlds. Come with me. My team and I groomed the Halo world to life.
Is that you?
That is me. I wasn't a math genius and I knew nothing about coding. But you guys do. You guys have the power to change things.
I want your job.
I want you to have my job.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Welcome back to the InfoWest halftime show live from Dixie High School. Flyers lead 27-14 over the Snow Canyon Warriors. Heck of a half by Reggie Graff, which is kind of par for the course. We've come to expect it from him, throwing the ball, running the ball. And the Flyers offense continues to look unstoppable. And this little kick competition they're doing, Ethan Bennett, a soccer player / basketball player, just won $500 for, I don't think he missed one, Burns. He was kicking it all over the field. And a heck of an athlete from the Bennett family who's done a lot of good work for the Flyer athletic department, especially on the hardwood over the past several years.
AT, you ever put one laces out, put a foot into it?
Yeah, I mean, I've kicked a field goal before.
And how was it?
It didn't go very well. I've never put one through the uprights.
No, never.
No, have you?
I did once or twice. I'm a lot better at it if I can.
When
just
you're
punt
playing
it.
Madden,
If I can just punt it,
that
then
doesn't count.
I'll send it through the uprights all day long.
You're listening to the InfoWest halftime show. Check them out at infowest.com. Clean internet and speed burst. And you can check out the other game we have airing tonight over on our sister station, 94.9 FM, 890 AM, KDXU, if you want to. Pineview is up big against Crimson Cliffs, right, Burns?
28-0 last we heard. Desert Hills also on top against Hurricane, 27-7 after a slow start there. All these games have kind of got out to a slow start, and now teams really starting to find their rhythm. One of those teams right now, Cedar, right before half, it was 7-7. And the Reds have another big 70-plus yard run from Colby Meek. His second of the game. Cedar goes up at half, 14.
He's explosive.
7.
He is explosive. Yeah, he does a good job. Okay, Keys for Snow Canyon. They're down by 13 points after a half. What do you want to see if you're Coach Esplin in the second half to get them going offensively?
Well, I mean, let's go back a little bit earlier into this game where the Warriors came out, kind of smacked Dixie in the mouth a little bit. I mean, definitely surprised the Flyers when you're favorites like they are. And we know these battles have always been close, but Snow Canyon wasn't afraid to let it fly. You know, they weren't timid. They didn't seem like they were the underdog, and you kind of need to recapture that mentality coming back into the third quarter. We kind of saw Dixie regain the upper hand. They were getting into the backfield. They were getting to Landon Fry. They were being the aggressor. That wasn't so much the case in the first quarter. Snow Canyon kind of just needs to recapture that mentality, come back out with that attitude, and I think they'll be fine because they were ahead 14-13 for a reason at one point.
That's right. I agree with you. We got the class, I believe, of 1989 kind of following it on the track. I think that, 30-year reunion going on tonight. The Dixie Flyers showing off some of their alumni. And as the kicking game continues, Double D will join us back up in the booth for the second half. 27-14, the Flyers lead here at Dixie High School. Should have a heck of a second half. I expect adjustments from Coach Esplin. The challenge always when you're playing Dixie is how good they are, both offensively and defensively, of getting their guys huddled up in the locker room and pinning down a few different things to change in the second half. And usually they're even tougher in quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they always are. Dixie's one of those teams who's really able to make the proper adjustments. And we started to see things really click down there right towards the end of the second quarter. I mean, Preston Moore running the ball like he does effectively in a powerful manner. And then we also saw Reggie Graff being incredibly precise with his passes and getting it to a variety of receivers. It wasn't just Simmons. It was Schweitzer, it was Schultz. Whoever's there, Graff's going to find him. And I'm excited to see a Dixie squad that comes out, always looks good in the second half, and that should be the case tonight.
That's the InfoWest halftime show. Thanks for listening, everybody. Check out InfoWest at infowest.com. They've got clean internet and speed burst for your family, and you can get high-speed internet, web design, tech support, and more at infowest.com. We'll take a 1-minute break. Back with the second half of this one from Dixie High School. Flyers lead 27-14 on your Region 9 radio network.
When I was your age, I was just like you, fascinated by stars. But now I get to search for life in the universe. And who knows, maybe life is looking for us too.
So we're like aliens to them?
Yeah. Does anyone want to be a scientist now?
I do.
Awesome. We need more girls in STEM.
Maybe we can find aliens.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel, someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Welcome back. Halftime presented by Info West, and it's 27-14. And I had a chance as I was down doing some kick for cash down on the field, Andy. I got just a quick explanation from Coach Blaine Munkers on that penalty, and it was just offsetting. It was both post play, dead ball, offsetting, unsportsmanlike. There's no ejections. I think they actually flagged 2 on Dixie, maybe even 3. And there was 1 or 2 on so it was multiple flags there.
Yeah.
But I did hear that Mahi was indeed trying to help him up, according to the Flyers that were right by. I actually talked to Intermountain Sports Medicine trainer down there that was standing right there and said Mahi did not say anything. It wasn't until after. Yeah, he was trying to help him up, and neither player said a word until the scuffle kind of ensued. So we'll see exactly where Dixie ends up kicking the second half kickoff from.
Yeah, it was weird to see that half end like that, but glad to hear that it was all on the up and up pretty much. Just a lot of emotion, especially last play. A huge hit like that, hard to contain yourself. You want to stick up for your guy if you're the Warriors. You want to celebrate if you're the Flyers, but yeah, it'll be interesting to see where the kick is from.
It's 14-6. They finally reached halftime, so Cedar is leading Canyon View. Desert Hills up big on Hurricane, and Pineview
up big on the Mustangs.
Mustangs. Those are your halftime scores. Stats brought to you by Wilkinson's. Obviously, Landon Fry, nice passing stats for him. Reggie Graff had just as many all-purpose yards as about anybody on this team because he was running and throwing for it. Appreciate Wilkinson's, Lights fans, home decor, and so much more. There's a full moon that's out here tonight. They're celebrating the class of 1989, and it's a packed house, man. I was trying to get through the fans and the crowd, and there's not a seat on the home sideline, and the fans are just kind of on the guardrail all the way down to the end zone. You got fans up here in their cars up by the Walt Brooks Stadium, Flyer Pride. I could hear them listening to ESPN Radio, so hello, fans up there, and there's a shot of a full moon in the desert here on a Friday night now under the lights as Dixie leads 27-14. I'm Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson, and our game tonight brought to you by Holmes Homes. And now we're getting the explanation. They're saying there is an ejection of a Snow Canyon player.
Oh, wow.
Wow. Gene Van Orden just did
had enough.
The explanation. And so now they're going to march the penalties back. So the Flyers are going to kick off from the 15. I did not catch the number on the ejection. Did you?
No, I didn't. Surprised by it. I didn't think there was going to be ejections. But now the Warriors are going to have a chance. They've had good field position pretty much all first half. They'll have their first possession. This time they got to prove that they can have a methodical drive, not just a fluke touchdown play, but the Flyers are so good at making halftime adjustments, they're going to have to prove it this first drive.
A little bit of clarification. It was a coach that was ejected, not a player. So there was no players ejected.
Oh, okay.
There was a coach that might have pulled another player off the pile there at the end of the half, but not a. Now this kick gets passed as the kickoff is going to be fielded all the way back inside the 10. And here comes the Warriors out across the 20 to the 25-yard line. And so the Warriors don't end up getting very good field position after the kick from the 15 was a big boot.
Yeah, not expecting it. You can't allow that to happen where the ball goes over your head as a kick returner, even when they're that far back. But they were at regular depth, but the ball was just able to bounce what normally would be a touchback. Gets past them, and they still have decent field position, but it could have been much, much better. Great kick.
So again, we don't know what Coach Munkers is still down on the sideline, obviously. There's Coach Rick Berry. There's Coach Bear. There's Mike Sharp, the wide receiver coach. There's Coach Eggleston. There's Coach Brock Sharp. I don't know who got ejected, but I heard it was a Dixie coach. But back to live action. Warriors, Landon Fry going to hand it off Bretton Stone. And not much doing there. He's going to fall forward for a gain of 2, maybe 2.5 on first down.
Stone yet to break one for more than 6 or 7 yards tonight. He does have that capability, but Dixie's so good at not giving up the big play with how aggressive their safeties are getting up and making plays.
Moses Gamlin on the stop there for the Dixie Flyers. We'll give him a 3-yard gain, pretty generous spot there. You'd have 3 college football games tonight. Wake Forest beat North Carolina earlier today, 24-18. Kansas is beating Boston College 41-24, and Houston, the Cougars of Houston, leading the Cougars of Wazoo 14-7 late second quarter. Right now it's 27-14, but the Warriors trying to inch closer here. They're going to hand off, and it's going to go nowhere. Famanui comes up and makes a big tackle for a loss. Heck of a play by Caden Famanui.
And I feel bad for Jace Mendenhall, who gets it on the stretch play going to the near side of the field. Not a lot of space to get around Famuina, who comes up and drills him. Another huge hit by the Flyers, who are packing a punch tonight at home.
Don't they call him Day-Day?
I think so.
Day-Day.
I think so. Drops the hammer on that one.
Yeah, that's going to back him up all the way to the 25-yard line. And it'll be 3rd down and now 11 for Landon Fry and the Warriors offense. Twins to either side, bunch tight on the near hash. Warriors working left to right on your radio dial, wearing the white with the gold helmets. Green numbers. Fry going to throw. Pocket stays clean. Now collapses. He gets rid of the cut. Oh, and it pops out incomplete. Oh, that was a catch. And then the hit came, and Warner couldn't squeeze it.
Bo McGivern comes up. Beautiful poise by Fry to stay in the pocket, deliver a touch pass in between a bunch of Flyers. Would have been a first down. Can't blame the kid for dropping this one. This is Cole Warner. Pop right there. McGivern with the big hit.
Yeah, didn't have time to tuck it, did he?
Yeah.
Warner had it secured with 2 hands, chest high, and then the hit kind of knocked his chest pads into the football and popped it to the turf.
That's 3 or 4 plays in a row where Dixie has just packed a punch and really bringing the energy tonight.
Heck of a poised throw by Fry. He took a hit as he released it. There's the punt, short to the right side of the field, takes a favorable snow canyon bounce down around the 30 and out of bounds to the 29. So pretty good field position here after the Warriors go 3 and out after McGivern with the big hit, dislodging that football from Cole Warner. I actually say it did go out at the 30, didn't get to the 29. So here comes Reggie Graff and the Flyers offense, leading 27-14 on your one-law scoreboard. One-law attorneys there when you need them, no matter what you need. And of course, they're your dedicated personal injury attorneys. Injured in an accident, make sure and call 634-1LAW or download their mobile app to start communicating with a dedicated and personal injury attorney today. And it is a penalty against the Warriors. They'll tack it. This is a new change. You can tack it on to the end of the run. So the Warriors now will watch the official march the penalty off against them. And now instead of the 30, they're going to have this out at the 45. As if the Flyers offense needs better field position.
And you know, the Warriors right now reeling a little bit defensively, haven't been able to slow down the Flyers. Only one time they held them to a punt. And Reggie Graff comes out with twins to either side with more in the backfield.
And Reggie Graff hasn't thrown a touchdown tonight until the last seconds of the half, and then he found Tracy Simmons, and he's going to go up top to Walden, and Walden cannot bring it in on the skinny post route. It was in his hands, and he dropped it.
Yeah, almost made a great second attempt at the ball after he missed it up high. Almost got it down on his second attempt to catch this one, but I like the Flyers just going for the jugular early. Reaches up, almost tries to get it. Should have been caught.
Should have been caught. Tyler Walden will tell you he should have had that pass. It was on his hands. It was not an easy catch, but it was one that he could have caught. 2nd down and 10 from the Flyers, own 45. Student body give to Walden. Walden going to take a hit about 2 yards past the line of scrimmage. Surge ahead to the near midfield, and it's a gain of almost 5. And there is a flag down, I believe, on the field.
Yeah, on that right edge, on that stretch play at about the line of scrimmage. Been a pretty clean game offensively for the Flyers thus far. But it will be a hold on the blue.
I think it's the first hold of the night.
Yeah.
Seen some false starts, delay game. But had not seen a hold until now. Obviously had those multiple unsportsmanlike penalties to end the half. You almost wonder, if you go back to the end of that first half, if they wouldn't have got tangled up, kind of unpiling, that maybe everything would have been okay. Yeah. It was really something that probably could have been avoided.
I think it's just when your quarterback gets hit that hard, even if it's clean, you're going to react. The other team's going to be celebrating. It was just a recipe for something to happen there.
Reggie Graff going to throw, clean pocket, and it's complete at midfield. And another nice throw And the Warriors have had good coverage tonight, but Reggie Graff has just been spot on.
Yeah, the Flyers are so good against a zone, just finding the pocket, knowing where the quarterback's going to find you if you squat in the right place. The Warriors have only given up one big play down the field. They're trying to limit that with keeping the safeties back and doing a lot of 3 deep. But so far, Reggie's just picking them apart underneath.
Another 15-yard gain after the penalty. That's huge. Now 3rd down and 4. Going to take a shot. Going home, run over the top to Tracy Simmons, and it's tipped away incomplete. Warner and Simmons, what a great jump ball battle, and Warner wins it.
Awesome job by Warner. That's rare that Simmons doesn't get the best out of the DB on that type of play, as he kind of limps just a little bit after that play to Simmons. But Warner's isolated over here because they go several verticals. And he gets up, almost picks it off.
And now
he's up a 4th down.
And now the Flyers a little confusion on how many players are on the field. Walden comes off, Simmons comes off. Now Reggie Graff's empty in the backfield. He is your punter. Now Walden comes back on. I was going to say Simmons came off the field. You got one shy. Right at the 49 of Snow Canyon. Flyers going to go for it on 4th down, or is Reggie going to kick it? He's going to roll out and he's going to pooch it. He's going to pooch punt it, and he's going to kick it off the side of his foot out of bounds, and that's not a great kick. Reggie's a lefty quarterback, but he kicks right-footed, and they're walking that back down to, he's still walking the 35. Now he's still walking to the 36-yard line. That is a net kick of about 13 yards.
And you know, for Snow Canyon, they're desperate at this point in the game, down by 13. Still tons of time left, but you needed that stop. And that play going back, Cole Warner stepping up, one of the best athletes in the high school, going up against Simmons to knock it away, forces Dixie to punt. You know, I wouldn't have been surprised if they would have gone for it at that position of the field with how successful offensively they've been. But time for Snow Canyon to step it up offensively and move the ball. It's been a while.
Here's Landon Fry, 1st and 10 for the Snow Canyon Warriors, working left to right. Here's Fry going to quick throw it. Wide receiver screen. It's caught, and trying to weave through traffic and pick up a couple yards is Cole Warner.
I like getting it out to the edges on 1st down. When you run that zone read on 1st down, it's been eaten up. Get it out to one of your guys. You know, Dixie Flyers have been great in pursuit on the outside. Even their defensive end flying out there and being the first one to get hands on Warner. Pretty impressive, but at least changing it up a little bit. And Dixie's done a good job the last couple series just getting in Fry's face early. Defensive linemen are just getting in against this offensive line of the Warriors.
High school football brought to you by Sky Mountain Golf Course. Get your tee times this weekend, 635-7888. That's 435-635-7888. Headed to the sky. Zone read give to Bretton Stone. Stone's going to weave right up the middle. And that's a nice gain of 6, almost 7. Depends on the spot. I'm going to spot him just shy of the 45. And it's going to be 3rd down and a long 2.
And just a base look by the Flyers. Only send the 4 linemen. All linebackers were reading. And good push by the offensive line of the Warriors. And Bretton Stone have been running hard all night. They need to get this 1st down.
Good game on tap. Could be that much more interesting if Snow Canyon can get it back to a 1-score game. They're trailing 27-14 here on ESPN Radio and CEC TV. Zone read give right up the middle. Stone's going to surge ahead, and he's got it. Still fighting for yardage down to midfield. Finally stopped right near the 50. Bretton Stone, boy, he hits the hole quick.
He does. And if the Warriors can march here a little bit, running the ball just up the middle and have Fry maybe keep one on the zone read, that's a huge, huge statement in this series if they can just kind of keep it going, because as of, you know, the 2 big scores were kind of home run plays. One was a broken coverage. The other one was an RPO. You've got to be able to prove that you can match Dixie in the trenches a little bit running the ball.
1st down and 10. Give it again to Stone, and he slithers right through and gets another 7-yard pickup. Big slam tackle there. But, boy, he fits through the tiny of creases before Mahi can find him to make the stop.
Yeah, people were there. Famuina, and then Mahi's the one who lifts him up and pile drives him a little bit down into the turf.
2nd down and a long 3 here. Warriors going to send trips to the right side. Flyers 4-man, almost a 5-man front. Showing man in the secondary and showing blitz. Here they come. They rush 2 extra. Here comes right up the middle Mahi, and he's held. and no call. The Flyer fans want it, and then they get away. And now here comes Fry back to the left side, puts the ball out with his right hand, and might have the first down.
Wow, I was just going to say you got to throw that ball earlier, get out of the pocket and wing it, and then he makes a spectacular play. But I think a missed call here on the hold.
Mahi was turned sideways.
Yeah. And that was Bretton Stone who was picking up the Bulldog there on the rush.
And the fans are still voicing their displeasure. Hey, they're human. They miss them sometimes.
Yeah.
Out there doing best they can. I usually that call would come from either the umpire or the white hat, but I don't think either one of them saw it. Or he let go just in time not to draw the flag. Regardless, it's 1st and 10 Snow Canyon. And now it looked like movement on the defensive line. And that looked like maybe, was it the Flyers number 78 there that jumped in the neutral zone? Paul Esau, just a sophomore D lineman.
A lot of mojo going right now for the Warriors. 1st and 5, they can open up the playbook.
Pineview now leads 42-0 over Crimson Cliffs. Update brought to you by Hearst Ace Hardware, corner of Boulevard Bluff, St. George, Main Street, Cedar City. So 1st and 5, give us to Stone, and Stone breaks a tackle, takes a big hit. Oh man, that was a big decleating hit by Issa. Oh, is it Mahi that got it?
Yeah, Mahi is just wrecking people. I like this counter play. First time we've seen that fake the jet sweep, counter it to Bretton Stone, who has alignment at his legs, which means Mahi can just unload on him. And, wow, this kid is just laying the wood tonight for the Flyers.
Indeed. So 1st and 10, though, Stone popped right back up. And right now, the Warriors have the clock stopped so they can kind of get organized here.
I love the swagger of this Stone kid. He was kind of doing a little dance in the huddle, wanting the ball. Keep feeding me, he's saying, raising the roof a little bit to the Dixie sideline.
Well, Gene Van Orden, our lead official, is over talking to Coach Munkers and the Flyers staff. And now he's coming back out on the field. So I don't know if Coach Munkers wanted an explanation. Not sure what that was about, Andy. Do you have any idea?
No, I mean.
It was just a run play.
Yeah.
And the clock would stop.
Maybe it was a clock
It was a
issue.
conversation.
Yeah.
And now they'll wind the clock ready for play. 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. 27-14. The Dixie Flyers lead the Snow Canyon Warriors to a St. George Region 9 area teams that have been rivals since Snow Canyon opened in the 90s, early 90s. Landon Fry, Utah Ute commit, as a baseball player, running the RPO, and he goes down in the backfield. He kept it and got hit and got back to the line of scrimmage, and that was it.
He hasn't kept it a lot tonight on those RPOs, only a handful of runs for Fry, but when Dixie's hitting tonight, you're dropping, and he tries to get around that left edge. Good job playing both sides there, running back and quarterback.
That's the sophomore, one of the twins, Truman Allo.
Heck of a play.
You got Honor and True. Of course, great family. Father Bear helping out on staff here. Here's Fry. 2nd down 10. Looking to quick hit throw, out route, a little low, and he misfires. That was there. I think he just threw it two downstairs.
And that's the play that Dixie always makes, and Snow Canyon has got to, I mean, that's, you have the defensive back turned, and your receiver stopping on a dime and turning around. That's got to be a completed pass for 7 yards. Instead, it's going to be 3rd and 10.
Well, it looked like he kind of went inside pivot to the out route instead of breaking it hard to the out route. I'm not sure if that is Fry's fault that it was short and low or the receiver for a bad route there. Anyway, 3rd and 10. This is a big money down here for Snow Canyon. Knocking on the Team D Auto Sales Red Zone. Appreciate Team D, 488 East St. George Boulevard. Used cars, fantastic prices. You always get a good deal at Team D. No gimmicks, no games. And now the pressure comes, and he escapes. And then Fry silhouettes. He looks like Russell Wilson. He backpedals, and he throws it away out of bounds. Landon Fry, a little magic, and now the Dixie coaches want another grounding call. They got it in the first half. Did it get to the sticks? Was there a
I
receiver over there?
think there were a couple receivers arguably in the area. I mean, he shows his athleticism. I think he was late to see it off that right edge, and he just has to keep recircling back, but he's so hard to grab. And then just a fadeaway throw to Austin Anderson coming back to the ball where he's up 4th and 10.
Well, I don't know if I want to point out what should have been a penalty on Dixie or what was an unbelievable play, because I just caught it out of the corner of my eye on the replay. But did you see Tyler Walden off the line, check, and take down Cole Warner? Now, if it's in the 5 yards there, that's clean bump as he knocked Warner off his feet. But Fry had one less receiver in a route because of the jam that Walden got on Warner. This is going to be a 45-yard field goal attempt for Van Gils if they can get it off in time. And I don't think they did. I think they're going to blow this play dead. It took a minute to get the field goal unit out here. And then they moved. So it's actually, they had time. They just call a false start. And now do you try a 50-yarder or do you try to pin the Flyers deep? You're trying to cut it to 10 potentially. And you might have just, that 5 yards might have been just too much.
Devastating, yeah. Inexcusable play call. You trust your kicker to kick a 45-yarder. You can't be moving. I mean,
well, and the Flyers are good enough to beat you. You can't beat yourself.
Exactly.
And that time, Snow Canyon shoots himself in the foot. And now they're going to bring the offense back out on the field. Now they can maybe work out of a jam here if they convert. It's going to be 4th down and about 15. They're at the Flyer 33.
And Dixie's going to be bringing people. He's got to be quick with the ball here.
Coach Berry does like to blitz in a situation like this, but he fakes the blitz. They only rush 4. Fry's got time, lets it fly, throwing a jump ball Hail Mary in the end zone, and it's incomplete. 2 Warrior receivers running vertical routes, and Warner was behind, and I think the up receiver, I couldn't tell who it was. Was it Stewart, I believe? Might have had a chance to catch it, but it goes off the shoulder pad, incomplete.
Yeah, gave him a chance down here. Mendenhall and Warner are up for it. Both of them may have had a shot at bounce off of the shoulder pad like you described of Warner. Don't mind the play call. I was surprised that only 4 came, but gave him a shot at least.
And so, turnover on downs, and Dixie will have it at the 33, their own 33, leading 27-14. Here in quarter number 3 in our Homes Game of the Week. Family tradition since 1890. Quality home builder. See their floor plans, locations, homeshomes.com. There's the draw with the empty-handed fake throw that Reggie Graff has ran 6 or 7 times tonight as Preston Moore surges ahead for a gain of a couple. That's it. That was a pretty good defensive effort on the front to limit that play. I'm sure they made some chalk talk on how to stop that in the locker room.
Heck of a play there by Jaden McKee, who's been awesome tonight. In that front 7 of the Warriors, collapsing on the back.
Here's a throw by Reggie Graff, and Tracy Simmons trying to run a curl route in front of 3 or 4 Warrior DBs, and that's a rare misfire there. Reggie Graff has been in sync with all of his receivers, but that time I think he just kind of got a fingertip on that ball.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is one of his only missed throws of the night, but it's been 2 series in a row where they've struggled a little bit. Now a rare 3rd and 9 in their own territory for the Flyers. Huge play for this defense of the Warriors.
Warrior fans have packed in the visiting stands, ready to go here. Reggie Graff has it. Quick 3-step drop. Here comes the pressure. He's got to roll away, and he's going to be tripped up, and then he gets away, keeps his footing. Now he runs the other way to the 30, to the 35, to the 40. First down, out to midfield. Reggie Graff somehow goes all the way left, all the way right, and he ran about 50 yards to pick up about 15.
I can't imagine anything more frustrating for Coach Esplin. Dials up a beautiful blitz off this left side. You have him dead to rights. 2 different guys chasing him down then on the cutback, but this is just Reggie Graff saying, I'm an all-star.
There's an injured Warrior down, and the Intermountain Sports Medicine staff out on the field. I think it's a – did they bump heads when they changed direction? When you change direction like that, sometimes you can get a big backside
Looks like
block.
they're stretching out his left leg.
And we've got an injury timeout.
Hopefully it's just a cramp.
And now we've got a penalty flag thrown at the 37, 8-yard line for somebody saying something. I'll see if we don't have our officials mic'd up tonight. We'll see if we can catch a little bit maybe here of the penalty. and their Intermountain Sports Medicine team. I'd like to thank them for their continued support, keeping our athletes safe. Now he's moving the flag back to the line of scrimmage. You know, obviously, crosstown rivalry game, and still a 27-14 game with 2:57 left in the third quarter. Dixie leading Snow Canyon, and now we've got an injury timeout. Let's take a 30-second timeout. I'm not sure who's injured. We'll check on that when we come back here on your Region 9 network. Who's hurt?
For over a century, Dixie State University has been shaping the trailblazers of tomorrow by providing a culture of active learning, active life. With a paradigm of real-world experience mixed with cutting-edge technologies and rich traditions, we provide one of the most affordable educations in the West set against the most stunning backdrop on the planet.
Your 6'4" lineman was the guy that was shaken up. It wasn't anything up around the head or neck. He looked like something down low. How about that run by Graff? Lee's looked like maybe his hamstring or maybe the knee is kind of. He's got a knee brace on. And then we had an unsportsmanlike dead ball penalty called. We still have not seen the signal. Here comes Gene Van Orden, our head official. Dead ball, unsportsmanlike on Snow Canyon. I think it was one of the coaches that was coming out to check and maybe said something, and Gene and the officials took exception to it.
Yeah, super frustrating for Snow Canyon. X's and O's, you outdid Dixie on that huge play, but they just have an all-star at quarterback who runs around your great play design and gets a first down. Just so deflating for this defense.
So the Flyers now knocking on the Team D Auto Sales red zone. Check out the all-star lineup of used cars, trucks, and SUV, teamdautosales.com. Here's Reggie Graff looking to throw on 1st and 10, and down goes Reggie Graff back outside the 40-yard line. Well, they'll mark him at the 39 where they started the tackle. And that is a rare sack on the elusive Dixie Flyer quarterback.
Yeah, Carson Hansen as well as Jamari McKeever back in the backfield for the Warriors on a first down.
It almost looked like the Flyers were trying to maybe set up a screen there because
they
kind of let him go.
Yeah.
But there was nobody for Graff to throw to. That was a little bit weird. And a good defensive play by Snow Canyon on the Flyers' miscue. Now they're going to run jet sweep fake. Reggie Graff's going to keep it. Goes to the right side. Good hole over there. And he's going to get a chunk of this yardage back. On 2nd down and about 18, he's going to get most of it back. It's going to be 3rd and manageable now here after about an 11, 12-yard run.
And look at the blocking by the offensive line on that zone play. Heck of a job by Slade Cole, who's been a great leader of this offensive line for him this year.
So 27-14 on the one-loss scoreboard. Flyers with the lead here late 3rd quarter. So Canyon on defense needs a big play. Graff's going to keep it. Almost a strip. You saw Reggie Graff slow down to secure that football, but I think he's still got enough to get the first down. It's going to be just outside the 20. And that's a Flyers first down, brought to you by Fabulous Freddy's. Fuel it up, wash it down, and save. 2 Southern Utah locations. Got the famous pink cookies, 99-cent fountain drinks, and, of course, you save 10 cents on gas at the pump every time you get your car washed.
Yeah, Austin Turner reaches his arm out, palms the ball, and it looks like they're spotting him just short of the line to gain. So it'll be 4th down.
I thought he signaled first down. My mistake. He might have thought it, and then when they lined it up, said no, just shy. So 4th and inches is what it will be here. Can't emphasize how fun this is, and now there's substitution here. Reggie Graff, did he lose his helmet, or is it equipment timeout? Well, if that's the case, Barbin might have to come in at quarterback. The backup quarterback for the Flyers. Reggie Graff's got his helmet off. Are they going to let him come back into the game? Bronson Barbin is the sophomore quarterback who's got the ear to the throne for the next couple of years.
They're wiping some blood off of Graf's face.
So he's going to be able to get medical attention and come back in. It's not a helmet coming off where he has to sit out the mandatory play. Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson with you here. 4th and inches. Flyers just outside the red zone of Snow Canyon. And now they're going to say, no, you did go get attention. You've got to stay off. So, indeed, that medical attention, wiping maybe a little blood off the face or the jersey or whatever it was.
Couldn't come at a worse time for the Flyers with a 4th down coming up.
Well, they have a lot of confidence in Barber, and he's going to give it up the middle, and Preston Moore is going to bounce it outside, and Preston Moore's going to fight and surge, and I don't know if he got the 20, but he got the first down, and that's all that matters in that situation.
Heck of a job. Bringing in the sophomore quarterback, just hands it to Preston Moore. Good push by the Snow Canyon defense here. They have him pushed back and short of the line to gain, but he's too tough. He knows what he has to get, fights for it. First down, Flyers.
Hey, just a reminder, we've already got over 25 points scored in tonight's game. That means the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert is in effect tonight. If you're driving around listening to the broadcast, or if you're heading out for a Friday night date, head to Yogurtland and ask for the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score Dessert. It's absolutely free, your first 5 ounces. Hand off again to Preston Moore. Moore's going to kind of swing way out to the right, then turn, run north and south, and another big chunk picked up on first down on the ground attack.
And how many yards has he made up, either dragging Warriors or after initial contact tonight? Good job on the outside by Baylor Lee, keeping the stretch play alive, sealing the edge for Preston Moore.
So here's the snap. Graf, timing route on the out, and he goes in and out of the intended receiver's hands on that far sideline. That's Christopher Schultz. Good sportsmanship. Schultz and the Warrior DB kind of helping each other up simultaneously. In a game that had a couple penalties, I love to see that. He had it for a long time, and then as he tried to tuck it, it popped out. And they got kind of tangled up, and then the sportsmanship hand extended by Schultz. He's a basketball player that decided to play football this year. Kind of a little raw, but boy, oh boy, he doesn't look raw.
Oh,
he's had a nice night.
He's had a great, that catch he made over the shoulder in the first half, one of the best plays of the night so far. Another big 3rd down coming up in this series for the Flyers, who just keep converting.
And now Reggie Graf's got a shoe situation. He's having blood and shoe, and is that Reggie? No, that's Schweitzer. Schweitzer's lost some equipment there. But they got to go. They're running up against the clock here. Clock is ticking. No, it's not. It's stopped. Sorry, that was an incompletion. My mistake. Walden in motion. And it's a fumble. Walden's still losing it. It's still loose. And it's still loose. And the Warriors scoop it up. And they return it to the 40, to the 50. He's going to score a touchdown on the fumble recover. Braxton Hickman is gone. Is that Hickman 2012? Yeah, Hickman touchdown. He scooped it at about the 45. It's a 55-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. The Flyers had 3 chances to get it. They kept popping around like a pinball.
And mass confusion by the Flyers. All of them are just looking at the sideline with their hands up. A weird play, as you described. They're just kicking the ball around. The ball's on the ground forever. And there's Walden who misses it, gets tackled. The ball gets kicked around. Graf tries to jump on it, and then Hickman scoops it up with his gloved hands and goes all the way. What a game he's having on the defensive side of the ball for the Warriors. And just when, they were about to extend it to maybe a 3-score game, we got a 1-score game.
Mark that down as a top play nominee for our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game, especially if the Warriors win it. So here is the Utah Gastroenterology ever-important extra point. And the pressure comes, the kick is away, though, and it is good. 27-21.
Holy cow.
Defensive touchdown for Snow Canyon, and we'll catch our breath. 30-second timeout. Flyers will have the ball back when we return on ESPN Radio.
There is a place where looking out means looking in, where an impression lasting only a few seconds will be imprinted on a life forever, where courage is forged and innocence rediscovered, where remembering is rewarding and forgetting unforgettable. There is a place where truth is felt and where seeing is believing. There is a place.
Holmes game of the week. Holmes, a tradition since 1890. Visit holmeshomes.com to see their communities, locations, floor plans, single-family homes, townhomes available at the beautiful new desert color. That's holmeshomes.com. I'm Devin Dixon. He's Andy Thompson, and we are going to settle in here with 9 seconds left in the third quarter for what could be a magical fourth quarter. After about a 55-yard return for a fumble touchdown by Braxton Hickman. Here is Mitchell. Jakeo Mitchell going to return it out to the 25-yard line, and that's where the Flyers will set up shop.
And the scoop and score, I mean, it's always a good thing, but especially for the Warriors who haven't been able to do anything on offense in a long time, because just getting on the fumble, and Walden just never had it. Great shot there by our CEC crew. Goes behind his back and kind of flips it up, and then it just did pinball for about 5 seconds until Hickman scooped it up and ran it back and put the Warriors back in this thing. The student section's hopping around. They got some energy now. They just needed to get a stop. They've actually done okay over the last couple series, making it difficult throwing the ball for Reggie Graff. It's just been him, when things break down, running it that's killed him.
Let's get some score updates. Latest we have, Desert Hills leading 27-19 over Hurricane, homecoming for the Thunder. Flyers now 27-21. The Cedar Reds, Jackson Garrett just got another Colby Meek touchdown, and they've pushed the lead up to 27-7. And Pineview is all over Crimson Cliffs. Panthers trying to stay undefeated. Looks like they're well on their way to going to 3-0 in region play and 3-2 overall. That'll be the third straight win for Pineview after they dropped their first two. Little color rush in the stands here as we go back to live action. Reggie Graff and the Flyers to start the fourth quarter. Run it off the right tackle, and Reggie Graff's going to get a 10-yard gain. And the Flyers look like Chuck Knox is coaching them. Coach Munkers is running that ball tonight with the RPOs.
Absolutely, and you know, Graff, one of the best in 4A at running that zone read with Preston Moore. As soon as he sees the end commit to Moore, he pulls it up. Smart enough to protect himself when the safeties come hard, but gets the first down.
22 seconds into the fourth quarter. Graff's going to look to throw. In the pocket. Here comes the pressure. He tucks up. Now he's going to run. Ball fake. Now dives ahead. Dives head first, gets the yardage, and that's an 8-yard gain. Does take a little shot as two Warriors converge to make that tackle. One of the Warriors there getting off the pile was Jamari McKeever, who's been everywhere tonight on both sides of the football.
And the Warriors dropping 8, trying to cover. The linebackers are all back. You're not going to touch him with 3 guys rushing. And then you have 8 yards or so for him to work with before the linebackers are even close.
Hey, good block by Baylor Lee, keeping that pocket and enabling Reggie Graff to step up and run. Scissor action in the backfield. They give it to Moore on a little counter play, and that's a first down to midfield on a 5-yard pickup.
The Warriors have done a good job. Their best attribute, I think, tonight is tearing the ball away. That last fumble that they got had nothing to do with that, but they've been ball hawks, getting on the ball, tackling the ball, and I think, you know, they need to keep doing that and ideally get another turnover on the ground.
Uh-oh, another fumble. It's picked up by Moore, and Moore does keep his feet, then does a little bear crawl, and they say his knee doesn't touch, and he actually turns that into a positive gain.
Heads-up play by Moore to just, as you said, just get low and fly forward after the fumble. That was a low snap. Graff took his eyes off it just a little bit, and Moore beats him to it, and then just falls forward for a good gain.
3-yard gain, I think, is what they're going to give him.
That chalk all over the field now.
Yeah. What do they call that, a color rush?
Yeah, I think so.
And here is the end around to Schweitzer. That's bottled up, and he's going to be driven back and tackled for a huge loss.
And a rare play on that left side. This time the stretch play, Dixie does a good job sealing it almost always. This time it totally blows up on him with the Warriors coming hard. Outside linebackers are going to come up, get him to move back first, and then a great job by, I believe that's Cole Warner, the cornerback on that outside. Come up, get low, and bring him down. 3rd and long coming up.
Oh, the
Can't
Flyers
give Graff time on this play.
The Flyers ready. Graf going to throw, taking a shot down the middle. He's got his man open behind the defense. It's complete. Tackle made down inside the 20, and Christopher Schultz reels in a big third down conversion. The 6'1" receiver was left all alone.
Yeah, breakdown in coverage. You only send 3. Nobody should be that open when you're covering with that many guys. It's a fake jet sweep, and the cornerback just gets lost. He's staying in the flats, and nobody's over the top. Wide open for C.J. Schultz.
Yeah. Obviously, it looked like cover 5. The cornerback thought he had that flat, passing out the safety, but the safety was more in the middle of the field, not playing the sideline, and Schultz was just kind of just straight down on the fade route and all alone, and now into the red zone. The Team Deato Sales red zone, the Flyers go. That scissor action, handoff to Moore, and Moore is tackled after a short gain of a couple.
And just got pinched, Morty, going through the hole. Nobody was there to tackle him, but tried to squeeze it into too tight of a gap, I think, and just got his hip poked and goes down to the turf.
8:37 left in the fourth quarter. 27-21, Dixie on top of the Snow Canyon Warriors. Warriors made it interesting with a 55-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown by Braxton Hickman. But a huge third down conversion has set the Flyers up, and they run it right up to Moore on that draw play again. And there goes Moore down there near the sticks. And I think it's going to be 1st and goal Flyers. Another fabulous Freddy's first down. Preston Moore might be having a career night.
He's been great. Carson Hansen gets the tackle once again, grabbing at the ball, but Preston's been good. Getting both hands on it, running through traffic. He keeps a hold of it.
Into the third quarter, Cedar City, Canyon View, Iron County showdown. Remember, Canyon View beat them last year. Doesn't look like that's the case unless Canyon View comes back. They're down 28-7 right now. Pineview is leading Crimson Cliffs. Of course, we'll have all the reported scores, reaction. We'll name the Sports Clips MVP of the entire region in our Region 9 wrap-up show after another run up the middle by Preston Moore down inside the 5. It's all brought to you by Revere Health Coral Desert Orthopedics, built by Bucks Ace Hardware. We're going to be doing the wrap-up show here from Dixie High School. Andy and Bernsey will have some coaches. We'll try to get some players stop by from our game of the week, and it's been a good one here, 27-21. Flyers, though, trying to take a 2-possession lead again. Second down and goal. And right up the middle, and it is going to be really close. And then, oh, my goodness, what a wave of defense to stonewall the ball carrier, Reggie Graf, short of the goal line.
I thought he was in for sure, but then it just all closed up. Jaden McKee, I think, lowers his shoulder. He gets some help from Isaac Lees, and they just wrench him backwards. Great play.
Wasn't Lees the one that got a little nicked up on that Reggie Graf reverse field
kid,
run?
Yeah.
He's back out there, and that was a big time. He just grabbed him from the backside and helped pull Reggie backwards. So 3rd and goal, and there's the run up the middle, and Preston Moore takes it in, 1-yard touchdown run. Flyers extend the lead back out. 33-21, PAT pending.
Yeah, Moore's been awesome all night in the red zone, just easy up the middle, good push on the outside.
Untouched, really.
Once again, that right tackle, Baylor Lee, has been awesome, pushing the end on his back that time.
I don't think anybody got a hand on Preston Moore. He went in untouched for the touchdown. Really well designed and executed by the Flyers. Good blocking up front by that O-line. And here is the Utah Gastroenterology extra point. And the hold is down. It's a low kick, but it is good. Did you know that a colonoscopy is the most effective method of screening for colon cancer and can detect and prevent cancer in just one procedure? Visit utahgastro.com to schedule or learn more. 30-second timeout. 34-21. Flyers have the lead over the Warriors on ESPN Radio and CBC TV.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Well, thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. As the Flyers set to kick off, Holmes brings you the action here in the fourth quarter. 6.5 minutes to go. Returnable and a nice little move on the right side out across the 30. And that's where about the 32, the Warriors and Landon Fry will come out. And if they ever needed a big answer, it's right now. You got plenty of time if you can march this down and score the touchdown to still win this game.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, they had that third down, and Dixie with third and long. They had that play breakdown. Schultz came wide open. But they, like you say, they have plenty of time. Been impressed with Bretton Stone, who just returned that kick return. He's been putting full effort on every play, but there you need some big ones here with 6:17 down 2 scores.
Stone is sidecar left of Fry. They run a fake, and Fry's going to run an RPO up the middle, and he's going to get a nice little gain of about 6 yards out to the 40-yard line, and it'll be second down for Snow Canyon and about 4 to go.
And I think their pace needs to pick up just a little bit. They love to huddle up after every play, and there's still 6 minutes left, but you're down 2 scores. You got to get to the line and get going, because Dixie has the capability to run the ball and waste a bunch of clock, even though you have 3 timeouts left.
Here come Flyers cinching up to the line. They're going to run a direct snap, run to Mendenhall. Mendenhall's going to reverse field. Now he's going to backtrack. Now he's looking to run north and south. He's going to squeeze ahead. A flag flies in from the deep official, and it's enough for a first down pending the penalty flag. That was a good throw of the flag. That flag throw covered about 15, 20 yards.
Yeah, not bad from the back judge. Jace Mendenhall reversing field. And looks like a personal foul, head-to-head play against the Warriors. Maybe on a comeback block. I didn't see it.
Take a look for our television audience, see if we can pick up exactly where this happened. He goes all the way left. Nothing there. Really good pursuit by the Flyers defense.
There was a big hit, I think it was Tice Pendleton coming back. Hit the guy high, but I thought he hit him with his arms.
Yeah, I'm not sure there. If that was,
I don't know if that was it or not, but that's the only thing I saw.
Well, unfortunately, it's kind of a costly penalty. It's going to back it down up to second down and 9, and it would have been enough for a first down out across the 45-yard line. And now they're going to back them up further. They're going to respot this football, and that's going to be second down at about 15. Well, not quite 15. Call it 14. Second down, 14, back on the 39 here in the fourth quarter. 5:31 left on the Bloomington Country Club clock. Invite you all to come. It's open to the public. Monday Night Football parties with us on ESPN Radio at the BCC. We'll see you on Monday. Jersey giveaways, food specials, pools open to the public for free. Come check it out. And they blow this play dead. Procedure, I'm guessing, on Snow Canyon it is. Again, over 25 points tonight, so that means everybody can go get the Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert after the game at Yogurtland. Holbrook Asphalt's paying for the first 5 ounces. Me and you should go, Andy.
Absolutely.
I like a little frozen yogurt.
Absolutely.
Holbrook Asphalt, the leaders in HA5 and asphalt preservation, longtime great sponsor of Region 9 football. Here's the play. Fry's going to give it to Mendenhall. Mendenhall's going to jump cut kind of out to the outside, and then a burst of speed and a nice gain. It's about a 12-yard gain. They got a chunk of that penalty back.
And Mendenhall stays down, holding his face mask, but initially he was clutching his left knee. And heck of a play call as he goes down awkwardly and hard on that one.
Injury timeout brought to you by Intermountain Sports Medicine. And the trainer's going to take a look, and we're going to step aside. 30-second timeout, 4:51 left. They'll attend to Mendenhall. 34-21, Dixie leads Snow Canyon.
I take the road less traveled, run free, unwind, unravel someplace outside with lots to do. Green trees, red rocks, and don't forget that blue sky. The sunshine shining, sunshine pouring on me. Think I might just stay a while. Say hooray all day because the sun is gonna shine on me. Sun is gonna shine on me. Sun's gonna shine on me.
Name a Dad's Trucking Player of the Game. In region games, I always like to name one for each team. Andy, we've got stars all over this field tonight.
Yeah, I mean, Snow Canyon, we see the talent all around. They've struggled with a little bit of putting it together at the right times. This is a perfect example. They needed this third down conversion.
High school football presented by Holmes Homes. Third down. Snow Canyon down by 13. They need to convert. Fry looking to throw. Stays in the pocket. Jump pass, and it's batted away last second. And it's incomplete. Coming up to make that play was K.L. Martinez.
And the receiver was open right at the sticks. He had to jump to clear a path for the ball to go. But I think it may have just taken just kind of had to lob it. And that allowed the defensive back, Tofi, to easily come up and knock it away.
Yeah, it wasn't Martinez. Thank you. My mistake. And now fourth down, and the Warriors really have no choice. They have to go for it. They can't, with 4:32 left. They do have all 3 timeouts, but they can't give the ball back here. Going for it from their own 39, 4th and 4. Fry has it. Got to get rid of it quick. Throws it over the middle. It's batted. It's caught. It's caught on the tip drill. He caught it. Anderson caught it. He kept it off the turf. Unbelievable grab. He was not the intended receiver, folks.
Holy cow, an immaculate reception type play. And it wasn't right to him. Anderson had to dive for this one before it hit the turf. The ball was a little bit high, went through the hands of a Dixie Flyer, and then Anderson turns around. Great reaction time to get his gloves underneath the ball, and the Warriors stay alive. Wow.
And he did keep it off the turf. That ball never hit the turf. That's a great call down the field by our officiating crew. Twins to either side. Fry comes up, maybe calling an audible or changing the count. Here we go. Fry standing in the gun, right at midfield. Gonna throw, looking, gets rid of it quick, and it is caught by Anderson. Moves upfield, pick up of about 14 yards, and that's another Fabulous Freddy's.
First down, and they got to get up to the ball and keep going. 3:46. They've got to score and then have Dixie have it with plenty of time to use their timeouts. But Fry feeling it after that last play. This is one of his best throws of the night.
Yeah, really
Staying
good.
in the pocket, delivers it to Anderson, who hasn't had a lot of targets, but pays off that one for a first down.
The matchup within the matchup, Warner all the way to the bottom of your screen. The left hash against Walden, who's drifting back now, playing about 10 yards off. Walden standing in the backfield. And they're going to run it right up the middle. And it's going to be a nice chunk gain. That's a 10, 11-yard pickup. That's another first down for the Warriors. Now, they will stop the clock to move the chains. 3:15 remaining. And then the second ticked off.
And good vision of the field by the offensive coordinator, Coach Nowatzki. They're just playing deep thirds, kind of a backing up type of defense, and they just go for the draw. Easy first down for Fry.
Got to go. You got to score pretty quick, though, if you want to use your timeouts and play some defense. Otherwise, you take too long, even if you get the score, you might have to just go with the onside kick. See what they do. Fry's going to throw. Pocket collapses, steps up. Now he winds to the right. Now he throws to a man that's open, but he can't catch it. He was tight roping the sidelines, trying to stay in bounds, and he couldn't reel it in.
Yeah, Cole Warner spins and was wide open on the sideline. Maybe could have been 6, but all of Fry's momentum going right. That leads the ball to go right and to the sideline for an incompletion. But Warner gets past the linebacker there. Could have been a big play.
Does stop the clock.
Yeah.
2:47 left. Dixie leads 34-21. Dixie's defense on the field. Warriors right at the start of the Team Seattle Sales red zone. Empty backfield. Fry looking. Now going to step up in the pocket. Now roll left. Looking to lob it into the end zone. Has a man behind the defense. It's a caught for a touchdown. Snow Canyon touchdown. And it is Brenton Childs with the catch behind the Flyers defense. Boy, oh boy, what a finesse pass by Landon Fry.
He just puts it up, and one of his best plays of the night, clearly, as Childs was covered pretty good, but just throws it into the end zone, gives this guy a chance as he's dancing around rushers, throws it up high enough, and heck of a play by Brenton Childs, but Bo McGibbon back there in coverage couldn't knock it down.
That's a 21-yard touchdown pass, Fry to Childs, and here's McGill's for the extra point, and it's up, and it is good. Back to a 6-point game here from Dixie High School, Walt Brooks Stadium on a Friday night. Not a drop of wind, full moon, and 2:36 on the clock. We'll keep it right here. Gives us a chance to tell you that coming up is the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Dr. Cody and staff will clean it all up for you and your kids. The staff makes your kids feel right at home. So many parents choosing Johnson Pediatric Dentistry for their dental needs. Inside of our post-game report, Andy,
Yeah.
we'll hand out a couple of awards. We'll name our very prestigious Dad's Trucking Player of the Game award. We'll name one for each team, and then we'll pick out the single most relevant play of the game. Brought to you by Appliance Wholesalers Plus, the playmakers in the appliance business across the freeway from the Bloomington Walmart. Again, our Holbrook Asphalt Big Score dessert is in effect. We got a little shootout going here, 34-28. And that's good news for football fans. You can go to Yogurtland after the game. Your first 5 ounces of frozen yogurt are absolutely free every Friday night. Whether you're listening or watching or at the game, fans can go take advantage. They're open late till 11 o'clock. It's only 9:22, so you got plenty of time after the game to go hit up Yogurtland, unless we're going to overtime. But the way the scoring is with 6-point deficit, I don't know. Here comes the onside kick. And it's a high bounce and a great catch by Tracy Simmons on that second line. So the Warriors do decide to go ahead and try to get the ball on the onside kick, but the Flyers get the recovery.
I like the call. I like the kick. It was a great play by Simmons to get it. The kicker gave his guys a chance on that right side. I don't think he can get deep there because against this Flyers offense, you're not going to get the ball back, even with 3 timeouts. He catches it with one hand. I mean, Simmons makes a heck of a play there.
So the Warriors defense, who does have a touchdown, a defensive touchdown on a 55 fumble recovery that was scooping a score for Braxton Hickman. Going to try to get a stop or two here. They're going to need a couple in a row, but a nice surge off right tackle for a pickup of 7 by who else? He's been toting the rock a lot tonight, and that's Preston Moore.
And they're going to chill out on their first time out because of that big gain. And ideally for the Warriors, Dixie will get a first down on this next play, and then you can start using your timeouts.
Yeah, so you go for the strip here. You don't care about 3-yard gain. You want to stand them up and try to strip that football. Reggie Graff, handoff, Moore. Goes to the left side, and first down appears. And now the clock is under 2 minutes to go, 1:52. They'll stop it to move the chains for just a couple of seconds, and they'll restart it. And now you got to start using your timeouts. No choice here. Got to leave your offense a little bit of time. Flyers offense might only end up needing one more first down to win this football game. I can't believe Snowcan didn't take it, but it's a tough decision because they ended up getting the first down. You would have wasted one. Now, the play clock is going to wind all the way down. They're going to snap this ball under 1:20 on the clock. All 3 timeouts to Snowcannon's disposal. Give it to Moore. Moore right up the middle, big crease, and he breaks the tackle down inside the 20. Still going, carrying would-be tacklers. Moore is a bulldozer, and everybody's along for the ride. First and goal inside the 10. Unbelievable run by Preston Moore.
And for our TV audience, he's got 2 lead blockers, doesn't need them. He just runs past and through everybody, and then for about 15 yards, he carries some Warriors. What an effort. Wow.
Hickman finally brings him down, and now a timeout. 1:07 to go. Could that be our Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game? Preston Moore, he looked like he was doing some mutton busting, and he was, the one coming out of the chutes. He looked like one of those 2,000-pound bulls trying to buck off
Open the gate.
Tacklers.
He's throwing people everywhere. What a play.
Timeout brought to you by Intercap Lending. They specialize in every type of loan to fit the unique needs of Washington County and the surrounding areas. Go to intercaplending.com. Rates are great right now. See how you can get a lower rate. Get ready your mortgage insurance. And here come the Flyers back on the field. Warriors down to 2 timeouts. With a 6-point lead here, the Flyers are going to down it. They've already run the math. The Warriors will quickly stop it. They're going to have to put a couple seconds back on the clock.
Yeah, it should be more like 104. I thought they called it right away.
I would think. I don't think it's going to matter. They can only stop it once more.
Yeah.
And it's 2nd down and goal. And a timeout again after Graf just out of the shotgun, walked it ahead and took a quick knee. Devin Dixon and Andy Thompson, certainly this game has lived up to the hype we had all week long on it.
Absolutely. You know, one possession game likely going to stay that way because the Flyers can kneel it. You know, Snow Canyon offensively struggled, but they had enough home run plays to keep them in it, and that big turnover. And they're trying to signal the new time up here to the scoreboard, but, you know, Snow Canyon should be proud of their resiliency in the second half, but Dixie just makes plays when you need it. Just this drive alone, the Warriors had a chance with 3 timeouts to maybe get the ball back, but they just had no shot. I mean, Preston Moore just pours a big bucket of water on that, their last flame of hope, and now they're going to line up in a shotgun and maybe try to run it.
Reggie Graf, ready. 104 on the clock. They added 5 seconds back. He fumbled it. Now he starts to go, and he's going to lose yardage. And quick timeout. That play only took 4 seconds because of the bad snap. It was a little low, and Reggie had to go to the turf, but luckily for him, he was able to secure it before, you know, and then take a couple steps forward before he was stopped.
And they've had issues with snaps being low and with the exchange a little bit. So if they opt to, yeah, I mean, they're going to have to, if they decide to down it, they're going to have to run a play on 4th down. And,
well, they can kick the field goal and make it a 9-point lead.
But
then you risk the block.
Yeah, exactly.
You risk a mistake. Obviously, they've got some confidence in the kicking game because it looks like Dixie's playing to take the time down as much as they can and then potentially kick to make it a 9-point lead. There is no 9-point play in football. Love the heart from Snow Canyon tonight on the road. Jumped on the Flyers first. If you're just tuning in, a 67-yard touchdown pass. Landon Fry hit Jace Mendenhall. Boy, those two connect on big plays. Seems like every single week. Then a Stewart 47-yard touchdown made it 14-7. Then finally 2 scores in a row, and at the half it was a 27-14 lead. But the Flyers only scored once here in the second half. Got a late score, Tracy Simmons. And now Reggie Graf going to keep it on the ground off left tackle. And that's going to be a gain of about 4, maybe 5.
And the clock didn't start on the play, so Gene's going to have to look at his watch and get the right time up there.
Yeah, the clock did not start on the snap, unfortunately. And so they're going to have to adjust the clock and then wind it from there. And that should allow Snow Canyon maybe to save a couple of precious seconds.
Yeah.
And now it's 4th down and goal. And the ball is at the 15-yard line. Dixie's got to bring the field goal unit out, right? I mean, they're just trying to take the clock down as much as they can. Snow Canyon's out of timeouts. This is going to be really interesting. They want the clock to tick. They want to take the clock down to 35, 43. 43 seconds has now been put on the score clock. 53. You know, another same.
Now it's at 57.
52, I think, is what they want. But now the field goal. Now, are they going to wind this? The play clock's going to wind down?
On the whistle, it should start ticking down.
So they're going to have just about 20-some seconds left. And then they'll have to attempt a field goal. So now they'll wind it. They do have to snap this. Now, Dixie does not want to kick the field goal yet. They've got 3 timeouts, so they can just let this go all the way down to a second, take a timeout, and then make a decision. I mean, you could go for the jugular here, and you know that Snow Canyon's going to have just a few seconds from inside the 10 if you don't get it. I guess Coach Munkers, it wouldn't shock me if he does that. And they're going to go roll out Reggie Graff. He's going to run ahead, and he's going to go inside the 10, and it's going to be a turnover on downs with 20 seconds on the clock. So a couple of plays still left for Snow Canyon to try to win this game.
Yeah, incredible that they were able to get the ball back, in my mind. I know it's...
I'm not sure why you don't kick the field goal unless you're just so worried that there's a mistake or a missed block, and it proves to be a losing scoop and score or something like that. But they've been good in the kicking game tonight, except for one PAT that was blocked back in the first half.
Yeah, I think you're right. Maybe just the worry about that, but I don't see why you don't take it all the way down. You can, like you said, maybe call a timeout, regroup, and figure out if you're going to kick a field goal or whatever. But now Snow Canyon just down 6. It's going to take a miracle, but amazed they have the ball back.
Well, Coach Barry's thinking, why you gotta let my defense back out there?
Yeah, right.
Coach Bunker's like, I got all the confidence in the world in you, Coach. You got 4 guys, Walden and McGivens and everybody at the 30. They're going to snap this from the 7. Fry's looking to throw. Going to throw it out pass to Anderson. He's going to try to get out of bounds, and he does, right near the sticks. It's going to be just shy of a 10-yard gain, but the play took 8 seconds. 2nd down and 1. I think you got to try to go with like a little
Boise State,
yeah,
something like that.
You know, the hook and ladder.
Yeah.
You know, you got to try something like that here because you only got one more play to try to get out near midfield where you could try to Hail Mary. You got time to get receivers downfield with 12 seconds, but you got to make sure you get out of bounds. And that's a well-designed play by the offensive coordinator, Tim Nowatzki, to get Anderson out of bounds, although he was starting the tackle inbounds. And now we've got a little stoppage here. The side judge had called the official over, and now they're going to roll the play clock. Friday night, is there any magic left for the Warriors? Can they find something that's unbelievable here with 12 seconds left? They're at their own 17. They did give him enough for the first down. Fry's going to roll right, throw, and it is going to be out of bounds. I mean, just throwing that away virtually. And now 5 seconds left.
And at this point, you just got to complete the ball and then play rugby and pitch it around because you're not going to throw it over the top of these guys.
I want to see the reverse hook and ladder right here. And obviously now the prevent of all prevent defenses is in effect here. You got Mahi and you really got no defensive linemen on. You got 3 linebackers at the line of scrimmage pretty much. Well, 1 defensive lineman. Here's the ball game, folks. 34-28. Dixie leads Snow Canyon. Snow Canyon from their own 17. 2nd down and 10. That doesn't matter. They need the touchdown here. Fry's going to drop back inside his 10. Looking, throws over the middle. It's complete. And now here comes the rugby pitch backwards, and it's over the head of a would-be Austin Anderson. Anderson can't catch it, so it's a backwards pass that goes out of bounds, and that will do it. The Flyers win. Final 34-28. A fun one tonight in a Region 9 showdown.
What a game. Great job by Snow Canyon sticking in it. They made some big plays tonight, but Dixie just too consistent when their backs are against the wall. They're going to make the play, execute too well, and another great game by Reggie Graff.
Flyers win it 34-28. Stick around. We'll clean it all up with the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Hand out some awards. Get you some highlights for our audience online and on CEC TV. Again, the final on the one-loss scoreboard, 34-28. Dixie wins over Snow Canyon. 2-minute timeout, and we fire up the post-game report here on ESPN Radio and CEC TV.
Five minutes.
Dude, we've been here forever. They're about to close the store. Would you just pick something already?
I just want to look good, you know. It's season 2 of Trailblazer Weekly. I just want to make sure I get the right one.
Look at all this great stuff they have here at the Dixie State campus store. No matter what you choose, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I'm just going to go with the first one.
Catch the Season 2 premiere of Trailblazer Weekly on Wednesday, August 14th at 3 p.m. Presented by the Dixie State Campus Store.
Radio Dixie 91.3. We don't play that. Nope, not that. A big fat no there. That's what we play. And stuff like that. On St. George's only alternative, Radio Dixie 91.3. Oh, and from 9 till midnight, we play this. I need a one dance. And this. Radio Dixie 91.3 FM.
Stats, stars, and awards ready to deliver to you inside the Johnson Pediatrics Postgame Show. And it starts right now on your hometown sports source.
Welcome to the Postgame Report. Yes, indeed. Brought to you by Dr. Cody, Johnson Pediatric Dentistry, Devin Dixon, Andy Thompson. How about that Region 9 showdown? You know, we said it before the game started. Expect the unexpected. I think we got a little bit of that and more. Snow Canyon had the ball late. And kept it close all night long. And if you tuned in late, it was actually Snow Canyon that scored first in this game. Then Dixie was able to answer on a Keaton Schweitzer touchdown run. Then Snow Canyon pushed it up to 14-7. And you thought that Reggie Graff on a keeper was going to tie the game, but they had the PAT blocked by Braxton Hickman. And it was 14-13. Then all of a sudden, Flyers pop a couple scores, really got the offense going late in the second quarter. Tracy Simmons catches a touchdown pass right as time is expiring. They left a little bit of clock, and then we had some craziness right there at the end of the half as Landon Fry was trying maybe to throw a Hail Mary. All of a sudden, he tucks and runs. He's hit by Mahi on the boundary, inbounds. Flags flew. We weren't sure they had the whole half to sort it out. It ended up being a couple unsportsmanlike conduct calls post-play, so they didn't have an untimed down there to end the half, and it was 27-13, or 27-14, excuse me. But then Snow Canyon showed a lot of fight and a lot of resiliency, and obviously had that huge momentum play early in the third quarter, well, midway through the third quarter, really, when Braxton Hickman scoops up a Walden fumble and takes it 55 yards for the touchdown that got it back to one possession. Then Dixie would score again, and then Snow Canyon would score again, and then Snow Canyon just didn't have enough time at the end. They just didn't have enough time. They only had 20 seconds inside their own 10. They're starting to drive with 20 seconds from their own 7-yard line. Tough to win in that situation.
Yeah, Dixie gets the ball back. Snow Canyon has 3 timeouts. Preston Moore just keeps running for first down. Through some miracle, they're able to use their timeouts to get the ball back. Had one last desperation play. I thought it was a good concept where Mendenhall was going to try to throw it to the sideline, but way too much to ask with 80 yards to go on the field and a bunch of Flyers there to tackle you. But a heck of an effort and probably the best game so far in Region 9.
I just tweeted, that was fun. Thanks, Snow Canyon. Thanks, Dixie, for putting on a good show.
Yeah.
That's why people love Region 9 football, is games like that, Andy.
Yeah, and between these two, I mean, it looked like for a time Dixie was up 2 scores with the ball in the red zone. I was like, okay, well, maybe this is going to be a blowout for the Flyers, but that just doesn't happen in this rivalry with Esplin and Monkers. They play tight every year, it seems like, and just at the time when Dixie's about to extend, they get the big fumble, scoop and score for Hickman, and we got a brand new ball game. And I was impressed with Landon Fry's grittiness tonight against the Flyers. He played a great game, but just not enough, and not enough execution in big pivotal times. Too many procedure penalties, delay games, and stuff like that. And Dixie, like I said before, when it's time to perform, when it's their backs up against the wall, they're always going to make the play.
Heck of a night of football here. Again, the final in our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame report. Flyers improved to 3-0 in region play, 34-28. For the Warriors, that's 2 straight losses after we opened up region with the win. So they're now 1-2. But this still has the makings of a good football team. And with the RPI in the playoff scenario, I think Snow Canyon's still going to be a tough out later in the season.
Yeah, I mean, without obviously not having Nowatzki on the field on both sides is a killer for Snow Canyon, but they played so well. Fry was awesome. I thought defensively Hickman was incredible. He had one of the best nights on the defensive side of the ball for him. They have star power. They have the ability to make big plays. Brenton Stone ran hard all night, wasn't able to bust one. But I agree. I think Snow Canyon's going to be a threat for, the rest of Region 9 playing into the playoffs. They got a lot of talent this year.
Let's take a look at some of the highlights here inside our Johnson Pediatric Dentistry post-game show. Highlights tonight brought to you by Southwest Diesel, the originators of high-performance for diesel engines. How about Reggie Graff? More so with his legs tonight, although he did throw it well as well.
Yeah, he did. And that was one of the most amazing plays because Snow Canyon had him on the blitz. Should have been a loss. That was a third down, and that's just a backbreaker. And
you see more of number 5, the senior quarterback, Reggie Graff. Dixie State has offered him, but as far as I've understood it, that's the only college team that's offered him. But somebody that likes to spread in the RPO should take a good look at number 5, Reggie Graff. There's the mistake by Walden. Here's Hickman. What a night. I think Hickman is the Snow Canyon Dats Trucking player of the game.
Yeah, clearly picks it up. I mean, had he just fallen on it, who knows if Snow Canyon would have scored. Him going all the way back was huge for them. Cut it to a one-score game.
Dats Trucking delivers Braxton Hickman, and here's a big third down conversion. Looked like they were cover 5. Safety was more in the middle of the field, and somehow Christopher Schultz, who had a big night, a huge, and then boom, pay dirt, that special moment where you touch it down. Preston Moore, a couple touchdowns tonight for number 21 for the blue and white, excuse me.
And then here's the great catch by Austin Anderson on that fourth down. It was deflected. He somehow gets his paws underneath it, and then Fry to Anderson again for a first down.
Yeah, and that was a good throw. It was a timing out route, and made that play. You got to drive it down and score, and then Fry doing it with his feet. That's an 11-yard gain. That gave him a fresh set of downs, and then they take a shot here. And this is the athleticism of Landon Fry, showing you the float pass after he evades a would-be sack and touchdown into the end zone to Brenton Childs. That was another big play. Love to watch these two quarterbacks all night long. Here's probably your Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game. This, after Snow Canyon had used a timeout, really put the Warriors into a position where they couldn't prevent Dixie from winding down enough clock to give themselves on offense enough time to drive the length of the field. And I'm going to go with that one. Dragon ball carrier, and he's got guys on his back, and when you need a big play, how about Preston Moore there? That got to be the Appliance Wholesalers Plus Playmaker play of the game.
He's the man. I mean, not the shiniest, star for Dixie as far as, the electrifying plays, but when you need first downs, you just give it to him. He's going to run through people and get it for you. Just a gritty running back you love to have in situations like that.
34-28. Flyers get the victory tonight over the Snow Canyon Warriors. Let's name a Dats Trucking player of the game. For Dixie, we went Braxton Hickman for Snow Canyon. We gave the Playmaker play of the game to Preston Moore. That bruising run you just saw moments ago from our CEC TV crew. I mean, I thought Christopher Schultz played well. You could also just give it to Reggie Graff. You could give it to Reggie Graff any night.
Yeah.
you could also look defensively, and Nate Mahi had a huge impact on this game. He had some big-time hits tonight. I'll tell you what, that kid flies around like a machete.
He did. In the first half and the second half, he was drilling people. How hard Dixie was hitting people all night. They definitely won that battle of the big hits. I would be fine with Mahi. Graff, like you said, it could happen every night for him.
Yeah, no question. No question. You want to go Mahi, or you want to go Schultz or Reggie Graff? I'll give you the finals.
Okay, I would say Graff. It's hard not to give it to him on third downs. Some of the stuff drawn up beautifully. Some of the stuff he just made it happen, and a lot of it was on third downs, and he was just killer tonight. I'm looking forward to seeing his stats, but it was a remarkable game once again for Reggie Graff.
Let's go Reggie Graff, senior quarterback. Big-time performance with his arm, big-time performance with his feet. What a dual quarterback tonight. That's your Dats Trucking player of the game. Don't forget, Dats Trucking, your quality service carrier, running strong since 1988. And don't forget to fuel up, grab those famous chicken strips. They got the healthy cooler where you got your protein on the go at Ernie's 2 Sinclair Station, owned and operated by Dats Trucking, top of the Boulevard, St. George, Hurricane, Cedar City, and the original location off exit 112 in Beaver. Well, that's going to do it for us tonight. Again, 34-28. Thanks to Marcus, Lauren, James, and the rest of our cameramen and women with CEC TV. It's always fun. Next week, we've got more exciting Region 9 football. We take a look at the schedule ahead before we sign off for our television audience. For our radio audience, we will take a timeout, come back with some more extended Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame, and then, of course, stay up late, take you home on the drive, as we've got the Region 9 wrap-up show coming your way as well, where we'll get scores, reaction from all the games, plus name the region MVP of the night. And, Andy, next week coming up, we got more exciting football here.
Absolutely. Pineview at Snow Canyon. That'll be a great game between those two. Dixie is at Crimson Cliffs. Hurricane is at Canyon View, and Desert Hills goes up to Cedar.
That's your matchups next week, and we'll have a couple games for you on the radio. Looking forward to it. Which one's our TV game next week?
Snow Canyon hosting the Panthers.
All right, so we'll be at Snow Canyon High School. That's where our Region 9 pregame and postgame show, brought to you by Revere Health, Coral Desert Orthopedics, and Built by Bucks Ace Hardware, will be. For Andy Thompson, great job tonight, my man. He's not done yet. He's going to head down to the field, get ready for Region 9 Live. We're going to have coaches, reaction, players. See if we can get some of the Flyer players to stop by. He's going to go down and get set up. We say good night to everybody. Thank you so much for watching, everybody online or CEC TV. Have a great night. We'll see you next week. For radio, we'll take a 2-minute timeout. We'll come back with more of the Johnson Pediatric Dentistry postgame show. 34-28, Dixie beats Snow Canyon.